where I wrote my common entrance examinations. Thereafter, I went to St. Rose's Secondary School, where I sat for my O-level and my A-level examinations. After my A-level examinations, I did my national service at Kanguni Junior Secondary School on the road to Elubu in the Western region. After that, I went to the Faculty of Law, University of Ghana, where I studied law. I also studied sociology and political science. After the University of Ghana, where I obtained an LLB degree, I proceeded to the law school, where I qualified as a lawyer and was called to the bar. After that, I went to the University of Ghana Faculty of Law for my national service as a tutorial or teaching assistant. After that, I went into private practice. I stayed in private practice for 15 years, a little over 15 years. While in private practice, I worked at Jaskin and Associates at the Kotoka International Airport in Accra. I then worked at Piasa Wedneday and Company at Gulf House in Accra. Thereafter, I co-founded the law firm Amal Law Consults, also in Accra. After about 15.5 years of private practice, I joined the bench as a High Court judge in 2014. I was in the High Court for 8 years, and then I was promoted to the Court of Appeal. After the Court of Appeal, I have now been nominated to come before this august committee to be approved as a Supreme Court judge. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, my lady, the nominee. I will then proceed without wasting my time to open the floor for questions to be posed to you, and you will provide answers to those questions. But kindly be brief in your answers.
Very well, Mr. Chair.
I will call on Bafo Ewa. You have the floor.
Congratulations, my lady, and welcome to the committee. In Justice Dateba, Samuel Kofi Dateba's book, Reflections on the Supreme Court of Ghana, June 2015, he identifies a problem with the empaneling at the Supreme Court and captures it as follows. The Chief Justice's power to empanel judges confers on him or her arguably the opportunity or potential to influence the outcome of particular cases. The Chief Justice's knowledge of an individual judge's track record on particular issues or his or her judicial inclinations on particular issues may give the Chief Justice this potential. This, rightly or wrongly, has attracted unfavorably, okay, let's end it there, that the knowledge of the Chief Justice about judges can influence, the empaneling. Do you agree with Justice Dateba? If so, why? If you don't, if so, why?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I believe that in the empaneling of judges, the Chief Justice performs an administrative function. Now, this administrative function is a function that has been given her by the Constitution. And I do not believe that it would or should influence the kind of decisions taken on the bench, because the Supreme Court justices of the bench are experienced, independent-minded jurists who should be able to take independent decisions. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Any follow-up? Thank you. I will proceed to recognize Honorable Buama, Junior Buama.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. My lady, congratulations on your nomination.
Thank you very much.
My lady, you are being elevated to the highest or the apex body in our judicial system, which is the Supreme Court. Can you share with this committee 2 major decisions you've made in your career that you would be remembered for? And can you share with this committee what really the content of those decisions were?
Very well. Very well, Honorable Chair. The first I would mention is that I co-authored a judgment in the treason case, Republic versus McPaul. To the best of my research, this may very well be the first test case under the 1992 Constitution. My checks tell me that there's no appeal pending, but even if there should be an appeal pending, I think that this is the judgment that would chart the path and be a reference for future cases. And also I would like to say that there is another ruling, not a judgment, that I authored in the case Lither versus Lither. It went to the Supreme Court on appeal, and the Supreme Court reinforced its previous decision in the Ojedom case, which says that even though an application for stay of execution, even though there can be an application for stay of execution in respect of executable judgments, it is also possible to grant a stay of execution in non-executable judgments, especially so when the execution of that judgment would have executable consequences. So, thank you very much.
Any follow-up?
Mr. Chairman, I'll leave it here and then say congratulations once again for your nomination.
Thank you. I will now proceed to give the floor to Honorable Anthony.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Welcome, my lady, and congratulations on your nomination.
Thank you very much, Honorable.
My first question, let us look at delays within administration of justice, within the courts. Could you tell this committee why so many delays with simple land matters? Sometimes some of them travel for 6 years, 7 years, 9 years. Even simple matrimonial matters, 5 years, 6 years. What are some of the reasons you would attribute for these delays?
Memo akwa badeba TV XYZ baby awa wo hwe bibia. Wo so awo tie Power 97.9 FM memo akwa ba. A midweek edition of Air Inside Politics na me basugu me so awo hwe mo TV XYZ tisui. Edi a me desu ye Nicholas ya owusuosen wo betumi afra me Ken and Nicholas. Me pacho bebre ye wo free to air digital platform no betumi ahwe TV XYZ so so na satellite platform no so wo betumi ahwe ye wo so so na me pacho multi TV Digibox audio channel which means Power FM also so na no so ubetumi ahwe dwumedie baby a wo bia no wakwa babiom e de ba Inside Politics, Ghana's biggest political platform. Show a de bro Monday to Friday between the hours of 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. Idi amedesu ye Nicholas ya owusiosen ubetumi afrobeke Nicholas mamemfa aseda PS aseda modu emfema Mr. Kelvin Asante, the executive producer for the show obomechidom ye papa saa so na mepacho bebre MCR okwa director Mr. Ralph Jampo saa so no owura Peter my friend of Peter Nelda Peter okwa wo be hu Abbas foska tuye yo foska tuye Abbas so ho mepacho ye ko sound so a ye be hu ye nua Emmanuel Nete saa so ya edem so sambe boa nkakrakra omo ho eba cameras a ye wo ye nua Prince waha ye wo Willie waha ye wo Francis waha ansa na me nua ba Elizabeth Tego nkate bogawura ono so waha ono so esiesie kama pa obehwa honorable ansa Kobe mensa so waha obo mechidom mrepam ne behu ono so waha na me how kese ye bibi rekodo Amenfi East sasa mi maka till time a mehu sensentrani asi oduma kuma bade bia ye fro ho Amenfi asase so meche Western region bia omasase egudie a ye friend gold nyame de hia Amenfi East anase Amenfi Potem East West wokwa Western region wasam Potem ho pa na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama bae no also obere seti oman Ghana no obere seti oman Ghana no de tene say ye hwe kwan a ye galamsey ekoso illegal mining ye say ye nsuo ene ye forests ahoro na ebehia ase odikuo bi beba ye from Blue Water Guard na Blue Water Guard fuoi me pacho omo adwuma ne say omo befa forest baby a ye nsuo wo omo ye galamsey wo nsuo ho omo se nsuo no omo ye galamsey wo forest ahoro a omo say ye forest no sankofo no omo tumi ama information makoso na niama bi koso wo Amenfi a Amenfi East wo se kroponi mpotema medwene ho bia amenti ase enti ora IGP se wuti a Mr. Christian Tatayo wunu mechene se yenim se police wo operation so omo so bowura wo Amenfi ene ne mpotem ba sesi ano police fo ne bi momo ye ne se water gas fo no crime from country omo se say ne tie police fo no bia dan income tax fo a de bia na omo nam site im wo se kroponi ne mpotem a omo jiska ibi fi Western region takrade na omo abuura wasa Amenfi East wo se kroponi ne mpotem omo ko omo de omo kwa omudru site bia bi oho 2000 3000 5000 no makoje ibi fitakwa omoso kwa no makoje 5000 10000 2000 no makoje ibi fi wose kropon omo ankasa bebi omo wo no omoso kwa instead of so omo kwaye adwuma so omo ye no omo kwa no makoje ska 10000 5000 no omo de ahye omo no omo ko Sasu na bisufi your friend is saying asenkregwa no ma bo ewremu ho the same thing bogoso no ma ko pristia no ma ko akwaje ade a ekoso wo Amenfi titi wo se kropon ne mpotem na ye bisa se Blue Water Gas for mo ho ye chese omo adwuma no kwa police fu na asan age ye o anapa na omo te omo pick up mom no ma ko ho no makoho mo a na wo hwe bi mu kura adwuma na omo ye na akwasi adwuma na nya nsuo ho na omo ye enya forest mti ono ana omo dididi ba ye bi se police for say omo asede ne se oso omo kohwe ase se omo ye bibia nya se ye beche omo na ya che omo ba mo de mo kwa timu ekwa na wakwa akwajiska timu ekwa na wakwa akwajiska Mr. IGP ekwanya police for ni bi services with integrity omo ye ne enye fe mekoso wo sa Amenfi titi wo se kropon ho no munkonkwa ye adwuma mokwa na magiska na mukọ and still asama making omo gusu a ekoso wo sa Amenfi eye wo sa ekropon ne important commanders omo ho Mr. IGP or say wutumi ni mpenfo kasa titi commanders omo ho minim Commanders in a beat say on person test yeah dear IGP the on yeah penny say transfer crown or say transfer some penny for now because under their watch na sad and a cost war was say cropon and import him no galam say no yenim say hard dwene enti say mu ra ho no bi o forest him na say oye de be hard dwene amunche no obi won su ho no ya na be hard dwene amunche no but munko enko gigi ska blue water gas free ya minerals commission for train omo ye tu omo kai o krokwa ise blue water gas ne de ye mo kwa mo nya adwuma ye nim se nche omo asede ne se omo no wo po no mu omo won su hu no omo hu sa na ya fram na mo mako ba mo kwa de a na makwa akodi diska why so say sa de no koso police adwuma ye service with integrity ye nim se bebre na ebo adwuma but bi mo so kwan omo fa so di dwuma bi enya fe kra ti esramo monya ne ti say due process na nya adwuma blue water gas no ho ana ma ka achem na mso mako mokọ na se bi obi ye na emfa kwan mu a monche no dan say mo wa kwaji scan na mokọ na makwaje mokọ o chana fofra san ba na mabaje sa takrade takwa pristia bogoso wo se kropon asenkregwan na mo fi hoba and eye bibia eye ha adwene nti yesram penifo me koso eye se kropon ne mpotem no enya de efe enya de ye nika na me cut the time a ye benya result me cut the time asade no ebejai me cut the time a ye be hu se sa sika jeje ne masabi on deserve mo ya emboa no se be chi na ye nchi no enso sa ne me koso aye kwa sika jeje no ha dwene cause His Excellency John Dramani Mahama si ya reset Ghana abambi atwem ko na do dan kwa akufo adom time no mo ye we ye titi se bi mu kwa no mo kwaje ya reset Ghana dia wonim sa dia nipa ye no enya me pa cho wo kwa wo fa ne niam enhia sika jeje biom sika jeje na edoso blue water gas no kra no chese mo adwuma kra mo nye ma mo kwa na makwaje adwuma na ye enti mo blue water gas ne nye ehu se no kra aha ye se mo kwa na mo se mo ye na nye sika jeje enye sika jeje enye se obagazo ye kwa na adwuma efo ne se ye adwuma nti engine tonsu sa kasa ne enkan bebia enti meteno no minim so right PTA commanders ahro no tie se munnim se sa na mo mane ya over to you mu hwe ni ye na mu fa ye ntu ye na bibia ntumi nkonkan media si yakwaye nimbioma His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ende okopie mu wo eye Madina na okopie mu Madina obi be bisasa dia na His Excellency the first gentleman of the land okopie mu Madina okoye oko Madina the Institute of Local Government Service no okopie na His Excellency BA orientation section for MMDCs me pacho bebre omo eye dwumadie sonko wo the Institute of Local Government Service wo Madina enti make us say the whole Ghana MMDCs mayors your friends say municipal chief executive district chief executive officer the whole Ghana omo ina won krankrodue mu make us say omo ina de omani atrem wo Madina Local Government Institute wo omo ye it is Excellency John Dramani Mahama de tudwa ono omo di nkomo kasa bebre o se hwe me kasa appointees obi and declare ni asset musumu ka ho enti me mam up to 15th July musumu declare mo asset mama yenkotie the first gentleman aban papa bi Mahama or reset Ghana ne some of the two MMDCs nenim mama yenhwembra.
We pledge to the Ghanaian people that we will implement a reset agenda, didn't we? This agenda applies to every facet of national life, including sanitation and waste management. Our current waste management model is not working because it has become highly centralized. MMDAs have largely not been involved in the procurement of waste management equipment and accessories. They have also felt that supervision of sanitation workers and cleaners is not a part of their responsibility. We must therefore implement a more effective model that transfers full responsibility for waste management and sanitation to MMDAs. 10% of your common fund in the guidelines is earmarked for sanitation. In addition, funds from the Communication Service Levy tax, which is administered by the YEA, will be decentralized to your districts. You will receive guidelines for transparently selecting your sanitation service providers through a competitive process. And listen to this one. You will be fully responsible for the process and also fully responsible for the outcome. Devolving basic services. As I stated recently, sectoral decentralization is non-negotiable. We will devolve the Ghana Education Service to empower district directors of education to be able to supervise and run schools properly. The same will apply to other organizations, the Ghana Health Service, and also urban and feeder roads. Funding from the Road Fund, NHIS, and education sector budgets will be linked to local outcomes and priorities. Decentralization must mean control resources and results, and not mere rhetoric. I therefore urge you to work with the chiefs and religious bodies in your districts and with civil society to restore the social contract with our people. The legitimacy and authority of the state must be felt not only in law, but in the lived experience of our people. MMDCs, you may be the last batch of MMDCs appointed. The National Review Committee is going round. I'm sure some of you would have been consulted, and it will present its recommendation in August this year. And one of the major items that has been canvassed is the election of DCs. There's no doubt that Ghanaians want their DCs elected. MMDC is elected. Several surveys have shown that they prefer to have your category of political officers elected. So you may be the last dinosaurs who are appointed. Those who succeed you might have to go through elections. Ladies and gentlemen, Section 12 of Act 936 charges MMDAs with coordinating all public sector and development partner interventions within the district. All ministries, departments, and agencies and development authorities must now align their projects with the district's medium-term development plans. This is meant to avoid duplication, waste, and confusion. Consistent with this, we have ministry development authorities under MMDAs and are working to pass legislation to grant greater financial autonomy to all local governments. These reforms are backed by the 2024 budget. The NDC manifesto outlines a bold and people-centered agenda that places local government at the heart of national development. You are the first line of implementation for many of our flagship programs. The 24-hour economy, the Clean Up Ghana initiative, Ejumara, the National Apprenticeship Program, Mahama Cares, Feed Ghana, and many more. These policies are not abstract ideas. They require structure, coordination, and leadership to bring them to life at the district level. The 2024 budget statement outlines our financing strategy and clarifies that decentralized development is our priority. We've committed 80% of the District Assembly's Common Fund to MMDAs this year to ensure that each assembly is resourced to meet its people's demands. Every assembly, from the least, even the least, the smallest assembly, will receive not less than 25 million cedis this year. These resources are to be applied in ways that reflect local priorities and medium-term development plans. Let me emphasize, our programs are not imposed by Accra. They must be domesticated, contextualized, and executed in collaboration with your people and your communities. We're conscious that MMDA's effectiveness depends on the strength of their internal systems and functionality of their substructures. one of the jobs that I charge you with is not only to lead, but also to empower and reform. Weak area councils, defunct zonal committees, and politicized assemblies operations must be addressed urgently. The Auditor General and other anti-corruption institutions will be watching your work. And as I've said previously, if any of these institutions starts investigating you, you don't expect me to interfere on your behalf. In the meantime, I wish to remind you that you are among the office holders required to declare your assets. And so I expect that by July 15th, all of you would have declared your assets. I've given you enough time, haven't I?
Let's see John Dramani Mahama. Enona and Yehuno. Washa Papa Kasabere TV ha. Eniji obiani aje. Ode yesre. Waya die ye papa oni MMDC sina kasa. Na wachro mo se obi ambo adwuma fra ye reset o man Ghana no. Say si aswa ka chro mo. I said by 15th of July obi entumi declare ni asset. Come on. Nature say if you see was ministers so ya bom so ebini eye honorable Michael Nick Papo Alote eye Accra mayor edwuma papa ne bone bradwe ne ntiase so says here the 24-hour cleaning eyiba the whole Accra 24 hours ye be night ticket ni ade timonye krado na eche say Accra metro no mo ye no anamo apapo otunu or say mo so MMDCs mu na mo wa ye pay set ahama Accra efe say alizi ka fan kati on say kwan ni dem kama bibia ye kama pa say when he answer the catch on His Excellency John Dramani Mahama nanu disem no de atudwa no nanu disem na ode atudwa no akache MMDC is no the board chairman the Ghana Cocoa Board or your former national chairman the great Akatamanso NDC your friend no Dr. Samuel Ofosu Ampofo on also share the view efano and the orientation jumedi course ma MMDCs wo Madina Institute of Local Government yenko timbra
na ya de assurance na adwuma no so emra wo ho akwankyere wo ho ohwe nipa na say ebia wo fakrata da hwe obia background na obi a teacher ni obi engineer obi a lawyer obi a farmer any all shades of professionals and the you on the other side mediation one side mediation unique if you say I'm the direct representative of the president in various districts enti I was so president in the vision I was so emrana yashesha yedibu oman because they are the face of government at the various metropolitan and municipal district assemblies. They also a moment no who the do's and don'ts of the job, the capacity of the laws regulating it, the relationship dynamics. Say crowd so first no yeah you could do this no na Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development it na quite say one section na yefa and now here emranu president high realignment and no the chieftaincy and religious affairs aka ho nti abomodwuma na ikese nti abasa no so yenyankofo mo nimdi on be kire ne nti a president and the chieftaincy and religious affairs eba be share local government ministry na se ne ebe ya ha Ntichemu enkoba say we are looking at the people and then taking care of them. Their spiritual needs, their biological needs. Infuse traditional practices. What district say ama ayemre say transfer person winding confucia asofo ka ho nanam ka ho omanfo ka ho asemanfo ka ho it is geared towards holistic development of the district, both the spiritual aspect and the physical aspect and the traditional aspect. So we hear Jumadi ade ma DC for ya Potoka say because said Jumadi we ya assembly hono and no kwa na Jumadi a your friend from the cradle to the grave ya we na assembly na so register na who say ya wa kola assembly ho so assembly no e say preschool akwara betumi na school papa ko esa assembly no hwe basic education akosi JSS esa assembly no hwe secondary school wo ho eno ye nadwuma enti na say cradle to grave akosi say nipa no wukura na assembly na also issue death certificate any barrier permit and send akwa ko enti assembly adwuma no so insan say wo hwe say fi akola kosi nipa we wu nyina hye won san na adwuma so they must be taken through a proper orientation no matter what say after the role dynamics between MPs and district chief executive I told them that the conflict aba kwan be ne be fa so a you betimi access no mo ho hawa won be si ahwe sa dia mo so na development it me akoso na a first time in the history of decentralization and local government aban bia boss say metua assemblyman for ka metua assemblyman for ka dia na was say you know me performance contract na you adwuma ben assemblyman for so moye how they should relate with the people kwaya bafa so a on betime deeping interaction with the people kai pass say the local government minister and it me to motorbikes at the assemblyman for I know enhance a facility of movement. Me did say the current regime will be looking at the possibility of enhancing the mobility of assembly members through provision of motorbikes and other logistics. All in all, this orientation exercise and a planting among foundation among marginal. President said the time for merrymaking and rejoicing is over. We have entered into a time of serious work. Into no Saudi when a party and no ufri hakwa Sunday morning we are moving into the very serious phase of our governance. Say Hansan Abakase John Mahama Bayan Kasano a team because if free her more orientation we are they are going to be the first line of implementation of our assembly and Rebia Bandebano or the Brown or district Monomo. Fortunately, all the 16 regional ministers are here. Almost how much humanity on coordinating, harmonizing, now almost evaluating the performance of the these assemblies. It's almost so hard. It's a chairman now Bekumbi. Now it may build a strong synergy that will move the local government, religious affairs, and chieftains, together. I believe, sir, President Mahama, eti Medina Sepa or no the assemblyman pen into sending assemblyman for Edumai. Intina Nabrational, I feel what I say about 80% of the assembly common fund should go directly to the districts. Now this is Nankasanka Faswa, one be develop one more district with the resources now. The air into these are some of the issues about out or has say. Now let me know how they can also harness the huge resources now they can assembly from. Multimedia improve the welfare and lives of the people. At the end of the day, no, every MMDC biano, ufri ha kwa, never catch on they say, look at the state of your district as today, and look at the state of your district when you are living. The difference that you make, and I bet you say, what may I do? That is why this orientation is critical for the survival and sustenance of our local government system.
The former national chairman, the ND Samayoko, now the board chairman, the Ghana Cocoa Board, or no na yete and Nkano, honorable Dr. Samuel Ofosu-Ampofo, or na yatina no disemino, or kind say visionary His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Wono, and no na MMTC so I point to Omono, or so Mutumeye, or Muna the face of the district and municipal metro Omuum to almost Shambwejuma na bibi entumi konkanti no so na no disam na ode atu edwano na enra so bibi sonkoko so the chief of staff honorable Julius Deborah okopie mo Ghana Automobile CEO Summit ase 2025 na meka Ghana Automobile CEO Summit course 2025 wo Ghana haya ade a meye wo oman Ghana nyame adom. Yeah, proud to say, well, some car companies be more assemble cars, almost share cars. Any idea in himself of you, yeah, Suzuki for ye, Manchester companies be kia muina nebe pma, almost share cars in your day, or my garden, and the Saju Mediano echo so almost summit in a corso. Wow, we share a television Hyundai, ye who a Hyundai first, Kiane was we, says ya can sound of papa, where ya kia on an honorable, Julius Debra Quanchefa, Oxanco Fed, you might buy it, Pamiasumi BD, Edma Mebusia. Ne madam for ina me biton kete Suzuki eso ne daso no nti ye hu Hyundai ye hu Kia ye hu Suzuki cars no na omo showcase no where Ghana Automobile CEO Summit 2025 and VW and also ne daso no German car German machine and see who honorable Julius Deborah the chief of staff ye who honorable standobe so ho any ekukudama omina wo dwumedie na se Ghana Automobile CEO Summit and the cars no na honorable Julius Deborah so or no cars aruni na Toyota and be ne sisi ho no Hyundai cars de ye akono wom efe eti yiraw and honorable Julius Zebra no CEO sinibi edidi enkomo wa wo hwe kasamfonyini bi anamfonyini bi na ye yi wo television no so yenhwe car no mu yenhwe hawa etie efe papa wo hwe car no mu interior ni ade na ekoyie enti we na anyame adom ya assembly bi wo Ghana ha ye hu pjo ni meka hu kasa hroa say assembly wo my Ghana we ye Honda HRV enye easy oh my Ghana ya pema koyenim oh my Ghana ya koyenim ye papa na we ni ade a omoye no so yeso ye nto na ye nhye nnwuma no nkrai na omo nkoso enye anti metene no honorable Julius Deborah the chief of staff osan kwanchef a edwumen odebebo ade a meso minya bitafre ne nimde ne ntete ne mapapai de bia meka se na dwemo do na papa nipa bi sei odi o man anim so ebabo ye pa honorable Julius Deborah chief of staff ye papa no okopie wo Ghana Automobile CEO Summit 2025 okasai wo dwumedie na se mepese ebeko na yakohwe ensem odi tu dwa no.
The president of Triple AG, distinguished chief executives, members of parliament, thank you very much for having me here. I've been asked to represent His Excellency, who would have loved to be here, but due to other engagement, he's asked myself and my other colleague, Honorable Stan Dobe, who happens to be the Deputy Chief of Staff in charge of operations. At least that tells you the importance the President attaches to this event. And so we just want to assure you that we are here to listen and to also take issues very seriously. But let me start with one of the little stories. You know, as someone who spent over 8 years driving around the country, sharing the same vehicle with the president, you can imagine the number of conversations that we've had. Because you can't sit in a vehicle from Accra to Kumasi without talking about something. But I want to share one of the Renaissance, what I call Renaissance stories that the president shared with me. I call them Renaissance stories because it ends with a rebirth and encourages us. So he was telling me that in the early 70s, there was a gentleman called Emmanuel Kwekurusu, who had a company known as Kurus Motors. And there were quite a number of them, and a lot of vehicles were being assembled in Ghana then, in the 70s. In fact, Kurus Motors did so well. They were representing Volkswagen. They did so well that there were a lot of golf cars all over the country. At that time, the president then had cited a survey that suggested that if you empower women, they are able to advance with whichever capital you give them. So as a result of that, most women were able to buy golf cars. We all heard a funny story about it. The truth of the matter is that when production is done in the country, a lot of citizens are able to afford brand new vehicles. And so what you are doing now indicates a rebirth to what has happened in the past. If it had happened before, it means there's nothing to stop you from doing it and being successful at it.
It's Honorable Julius Deborah, Chief of Staff, Onona Yatenenka, abroad in a new Yam Kopiemo Ghana Automobile, CEO Summit 2025, Kasa Yehuye, and the Chief Kasa, so I know Kasa and Rano, Wamayehu history, and the easy 1970s, Meneo Co Motosa, Volkswagen or Cat VW Free, and we golf on it that time, and let's just say assemble cars for Ghana, and easy. I know na sasem no buy forever to Beje Golf. Executive producer, thank you. I salute you. And come here did agro for to Beje Golf. Then na say assemble cast wa ha. Inti the tenano Peter Kawanutum na executive producer and kasa. Inti ma a woman no. Inti say Ghana and kasa nyame shrine. That time na for to Beje Golf for doso. Inti na ma Ghana for the agro de ni buy for to Beje Golf na golf wa ha ye wa ha. Ye ni na wa ha ho sem ni bi ni abekwasem ni bi na honorable Julius Debra, the chief of staff for kopie mo dwumedi ase wetumi achemi ami hu se chief of staff honorable Julius Debra hwekas ni bi anene ye ma no so wow nti Ghana he ya na ye assembly we media nkranse sema me de be hye Ghana ni bi ane se moma ye nto cars no na ye ma edwuma no so nya sika ntumi nya no mo se ya nto a ebeduru bibi no omeka se o aha kra no mo nto nti entumi asem moma ye nto we ni ya he ya be hye wa ha ye na abrochire ya be hye ne kama wo de hwekase na da ho no ha makase ne go na nye easy kra Mr. Kobe Menza menim say wo ye businessman we mu motor cars no wa ha Kia Hyundai Honda Suzuki munyani na ahaya no mo assemble the bar no ma be hye ne ha kama nti wotobia pa Ghana fo o ma hye ne VW na yenko pebi ento na yen hye adwuma no nkran Volkswagen no mo nkoso nye na bibia ntumi nkonka nti no na yehu ye honorable Julius Debra so de na di SM atuma bibia tumi akonka mamenko Mr. Kobe Mensa or a businessman or some so ye NDC activist or ha member na kwa bana enkomo kakra ho ne yendi na yempem kwaenem Mr. Kobe Mensa bibia boko de yeda nyame ase edwum to say
eguso nya de da chen de egudwuma so say be magana for etumi nya edwuma paye e be say be stani businessman youth betumi ya power youth no betumi nya edwuma paye da mo so be koma no eno na buta de nim sisi a
me kai say wuti ko be rescue Ghana for John Dramani Mahama 2024 modwuma akọ ne mo bu adwuma ye papa mi t-shirt ne cars ne ade a mo di fe mo me course so asen north ne amubre mu bi ene maka mo bu adwuma rescue Ghana mo da mo tiase
mini rescue Ghana da so tiase pa ye won kwam na this
time rescue Ghana
yes after rescue the Ghana for GM 2024 no we are still hitting the grounds to make sure that the appointees number efata so that we use our group to monitor them and obey the wrong thing. Send at end of the day, no. And then we na CEO sinin na Yoko na de no. We empower and say NDC CEO for no bituma call Yoko if you are not in power again. So that's where we are working on. We are getting the information. We are organizing the information to send it to the highest officer of the GM.
Okay. So, but I na open so say CEO so mundi o mudwuma ye ni ade no rescue Ghana no say amudwuma di amudi ni say wa won ma yen reset Ghana bra we nya appointment enkoyi a mobile ban mpanifo aso ate so rawe on bo adwuma ye nti sa ade a yempe baby ni nsi ana yembo no chuku baba
Nico dia won say ye tunkra with all the CEO and all the government appointees say akunya na ko transfer office no obi atra ho pensa na woko nti woko no di huni ebi o ha ye wo nkrofo rescue Ghana have people in all the institutions ye nya information from ho see obi a wonye wadwuma ye bia no ye be handle ye be probation ye be started the names na co president office first na the corner say nya mbo bia be san so follow up enko ya be ye press conference na expose you no what we feel bia one because a campaign election you nkwa na we bi baby one point you no deserve to be there because of your politician. That's why they have sympathy for, because and also some of the CEOs also whom you know before you are there today. Party people. Yes. This now you better than you. Na be so called
when you opportunity
want me handing
so making use of it well.
We'll fire you.
Okay.
Like let me go to and I think edwuma pa your man penyin or bunu ho or ti ade so AFNJ John Dramani Mahama ekoy Medina we. Metie honorable for so ampofo. Na yes wunim na wunim. Na wunim na e dey asua. Honorable for example for one time no a deputy minister, this region minister. 1997 1998. almost Ghana for now and then we are politicians and more party munima bakwasama ya mumbi say you move.
Honorable for example for rank and file nina or shasa constituency
yes.
Or the bedru.
Nti papa na ende one ye man pen John drama ni mama call me why DC pen why baby a wafe mu pen nti o deserve say otumi ko tu nkrofofo nti afutu bia de be ma MC bia ni ticket. Let me tell you something, Nicholas. There's something I was a nation paying attention to. Between the Sanyaman, their power, the youth of Ghana today that they don't have work to do. No, say Nico. What's your MC on my point on idea now? You have the party soldiers, you have the party soldiers and this kind of guys that party. So now you want to say, you appoint as MC and I say, Bibia. Kai say kai we china kai bia ufi esan say youth na omko house square campaign mu go omunye adwuma ye nto bia be depend on you mesre say ene yentumi transe na yema yempin fo ntumi ndwene we hu kakra say
AMMDC so
yes
ompe bi mu ni won hye district ni municipal metro no
after that nso no omu adwuma mo de ma zula ya mo ji fini sema na government yom ka 800 Ghana mu tianko for 250 Ghana akempo mu
yes by government nso on so
yes eno no government in chema all the district assembly no
what any problems na no baba ye
na omankasa omon power youth no na youth ni adwon mu nti omo kan mfata
a plan aban na
yes
on youth employment agency
enti ene momo mfa contract bia mu bia ye ka say ye wo machines ye katapira ye excavators na de o ha mbetumi ayi gat ma ye nyama de machines na de no no so betumi ayi adwuma youth betumi anya bia ye na se enkoba ne sana anopo be solid bia na application da office anopo bia Nicholas a day many civil application can be civil application more than 10 a day. And at the other time, a bit more say a pillar of the party. In terms of finance, so a juma baby. But Nicholas, son of last mechano, say a better, yes, you need you may be doing a better, you better the my party no don't see. And this way, MC and I say, we see you been say a bon be a bow born, ye bow in chance, say, be a minia, ye perceiving being combat, Mahokay, now go home. Because I don't have appointment with him. So let him book appointments. You book appointments, say baby, no see me throw here, or say time and see no that any campaign idea and resources party need boy party need boy don't that why you buy them. Offices by offices to offices. Nowadays call for application. Nicholas, me to me can be a minimum doing the campaign, doing the election, because me born me maniska. Sante bi mo do the election na bibi ni mo se mo fu afom se kwa akwaji fu for campaign. Na nde so ya mo position na se me ba won chen se e bia na me consequence me won e binu aba with e bia omu we forms na de omu sibe kita no they qualify to work at your office. Na me se bia wo be power nkrofo nti me ba na ma be disrupt be ba ko me ni bi na wo bo am nkrofo a na wo so mam kwana me ne nkasa na wo sa nipa we me be just radio station me
no time more die information say so
when he send the message can pomo no pray e campati ni e se e bi ntu fu ase ya bre na wo na o ma ye bre wo na ye campaign ko say minia enani ko me pa o cho say ene apprentice ndi nkasa
mate
na adwe a MPP di ko ofie no ye mpesa adwe ni bi ye pesa NDC transfer over 40-50 years na party we ba betre kunyo so enye MPP aban MPP will never come to power again because enemo must send wo memu hanu last me year program be before the election we can say we have money in Ghana here we don't deserve to go to IMF again we bet show more discount once you exercise show more discount now we show a discount be a scan so we need the banner do be say more bet 10 years and I say 20 years next scan the
bank we do 2 scan and I say for them
yeah Jimmy scan tem property na ya jini na we are you be more 30 years and no go do 50 years over what I say it's more NDC for we appoint mu
oko wanyim ko
no NDC for na appoint mu no we are very careful the way I teaching crop for you wrong the way I some we law yoku wo yoku a wo yere mpo na watena wo de kobo na koma hwe me call last week na ye me ya say ye nkofo e chichi omu na ntumi enyi publish omu say this week ye nipa omu by report say ska say bi ko funje
obi o wa sha say tue ska no
ba we woni bibi Ghana for to aba mayen because ye dey say be chi omu agiska no nti they are expecting us say ye ko nya power no ye chin papa ko ye mbodo mu
she process na say asade ne ko
minia eno nim under carpet investigation no Ghana for pebim
no mpedei
on per physical action na ye chu na bodewu na se media sin copy o and na se afenuma
but nchano ye chu na bodewu na sika na mba mfa so bi ni
ye bodewu ni
wachi nipa na ma otue sika no na ye
ene fancy
na dia bibi pa
baby ye gi sika no me ba nipa si sika gudu nche bia be 150 million Ghana cedi
okay
and waje e dey shen botom o management so contract you anko ye si beauty say ye former chief of staff Femo Pali ni baba wakoje 900 and something million cedis if he is in bank nani pawe mo chino okoyoko amumo de wo
is in bank no tua no ntua
oso ko efa mo
ya makwana
mampanyi me ba Nicholas when tua wan sidimpo se ni pawe na okoyoko ana or that tinted grass kai no bia hu so okoyoko na obeko
so na make sure so mashas what here attorney general ne press statement aho de atudwa wo hwe NSS ana national service scheme wo hwe impenifo secretariat sika fa bi mo ase omo ye companies ni aho ne ade che we humeko
MPP time na me person be oil refund bi and I make call with my documents I'm person me import crowd me be salary refund na me to import crowd Ghana over 7,000 20,000 me call ya could do baby a me dem letter the call is bank almost say pay back from me even come need me to or catch them say the party you belong to you not qualify for the money.
Oh
yes,
Abraham person obi
Abraham make look say yes into me qualify say yes sika no me dem masase ewo echopoli a case of land akotrom everything registered document me person me be oil refund and nka youth ni na nka me nka me
yeah ma bantu we be
unim sankrofo mu so woni sade hu de bomb mine na atwe asan people for no nti de omo de ye me pass you could to me allow these people to go free
one more won't go free
but omo provision
there be ametna ha me kasa his excellency John Dramani Mahama magana for hwehwe won ho ne se oba ye kra no ankasa project ahuru bebre waye edada it is 4 years see ye to the retrieve and e de gigisika ekodi nkofo botom ne ade kra na 4 years e to me e de boy ho bra ye de niema bia Ghana for any problem me hwefin wa no but what they can ye 4 years no they can the ye niema project ahoro
yes and I make say edwuma da ye man panyin John Dramani Mahama eni so bese oye no yen wa no but yen ya say etwetwa ye niemu na echi no uni say sa company making me bo company bi and me start say me yes edwuma no me ni saduma me de call say me nyan crofo efi India ebi so fi China mo de machines ade ba do company
empa ho ye
oh Nico empower
say John Dramani Mahama but enya under JM
me ni say mesa etu anamo process no omo JM imagine chere omo koma omo ko fan krofo fi India mo be
is past and
omo be but sesia no be Nico me best any me business na me empower you to now obi abenya adwuma ye because say both share me dey share ye man pen John Dramani Mahama say me ye no enu na ade edum some person here nti enne ye kase Nico there's a lot of people are omo pese omo tu anamo se omo tu minya some small capital to start their own business emba omo tu minya mumma ye mbo omo yes eduma ramba yeah minya eduma de ye beye
eduma rombe mama bosianka
eduma de ye beye nti me buta ne se ochina bi ebedu sisem bi woni mi se Nico menka nokre me tracks ana elodu o tama Sankrofo ba power no on be cancel contract mu
enya hwe
but now
NDC apa
we are in power and I can show you say baby anemesi kono obetina could be one group of company I stand on business to
don't say economy say ano niam ye ba
minia dia ye boa ne say ye man penyi John Dramani Mahama $1 no for $1 no now say my bona nyama to ye na say dollar to me back down to 5 cedi amina ye mi bunu ye be bobla e ma so nkrofo ni
just go so
yenko back to the rescue Ghana now for mama
okay your last day na influence
minia ade ba kwa me pese me ka che Ghana for ina ne say mesremu na mo maye ba ko na me de no ma we betu dwade ama etifo ina say obi biala wo challenge so problem anase oni se obi ewi aban sika obi de ne se si aban bibi so anase nyame bi koyi a ompe nyame bi koyi a also say adiwe criminal something no on consult Rescue Ghana office today no money 020 811 381 020 8 111-381. Nico, I'm someone who is secretary to the group, and I can show you something we do for no one to do so that if people want to deny it. Now, to my bomb, I rescue me. But Nico, answer maybe Mikasa win. Mestre Miniam one day, GM Numus shine and say, Me Pomucho.
MMDC.
Yes, Me Pomucho. Na a bit more almost different. And I say ABA say that this is some number moment. We know how say because for omni other group and I say other politicians in Binka. In Tiomufi say Oman more points on who adequate other people on contest election, the 2023 election, Prime Minister Mokoeno, or my chief for 9 months and for me Pamucho, a party first.
Internal politics,
yes, of course, elections, Nina, let it go and move forward. Say, and then say no appointment to be a Unyankopon and watch me do so. And yes, say be a home Febinero call, a party Madina Malquent, parties to yes, no, Mumbo, Munamun, set up no Mumpe baby mom, so on some common, Edijawe, Edimanam, so that anybody over back 2027. I say, didn't she? I want to say about GM, no, even to my back on the Abona party, it's state power. So, party of power, yes, in part of opposition. And you can put my phone say, now, Yema Quina used to listen to your baby, Nico, they are more catcher in your native phone.
Enti the ateno ora Kobe Mensah, a businessman on also na Rescue Ghana for JM 2024 odimu kwotene ye papa no ekwanche for dano me ana me dima kwotene ni nipa bebre list to nana poku no dima kwotene Sadiq Abubakar mu na dima kwotene enti the ateno says ya the Rescue Ghana anti-corrupt agency says you hu say mpanimfo atitu MPP for bi ato asase bi akwhye baby obi wadan bi de ka bi ekosie yesusu se ni na na state ne dia no edwuma se si omo ye no no nti omo ni yiwe komo ye edwuma omo ti bibia na omo forward am mpanifo ora ne national security nti eno no de number ne 2 dwa no nti wosu emu se MPP foi aban ka bi akwhye baabi nsase bi aban japade bi sika bi ne niam bi omo de akwhye wo hu bibia frɛ Mr. Kobe Mensah was 020-811-1381 020-811-1381 020-811-1381 none and then kasa almost obehwe mampanifo say national security adwuma ombe mo mate sa so na wekofo adwuma ombe mo mate ora adwuma ni na obotumi aye sa na wonsom anyipa anye aban no nko a anase mpanifo nko a na be sese but e bia wosu nim wo information bi efa ne mpanifo bi a previous government no mo ma omde niam bi esiesie wo mo te anom so amampanifo ate na bibia etumi akonkan because Rescue Ghana de ye je Ghana na ye de siwo kama no ma no etumi afa no ntuma pefra enti ma memfa na asekese emfa ma Mr. Kobe Mensah or ye activist NDC or say businessman enti Mr. Kobe Mensah e beda ase papa
because me do ase pa say o ma me akonya metumi ebeyi me wedi bet niko enye oli akra o so wo
the whole Ghana
baby obefre bia
TVXYZ
ye wo team wo ho ye pick up so ho baby obefre bia no team be o say be pick us as ne de na di na be kan so be bia betun ye pui nti mo
and dynasty can be bia
ya ready for everything
okay
nti all my information so men surgery ye be protected abibianto
yo enti ye beda Mr. Kobe Mensah sebebre wo akwenja and so odiama Rescue Ghana penny or down no say si ade we no mafa eto omo hu so omo de JM Aberia say si Rescue Ghana you made your mood ni say ombehwe say omo ria niama sikani ade wo information bi a mensru omo protective or some national security to ombe yeko 40 say SPT omo na ombe kama ma bibia adedin enti de teno no enche ye de apomode ho nkomo na ye de bebroma bibia so etumi akọ enkan ye beko Power Specialist Herbal Hospital na ye ne Dr. Oheneba ye ne kodi nkomo behwe ohyesa ene ne ye adwuma wa ha esewani ensa de ye catro Dr. Oheneba enche ode ye apomode ho nkomo ode brain enti de teno no Dr. Oheneba eba oni ebedi nkomo Dr. Agena Konya dada nti mamema na kwaba Dr. Imba kwaba Vivi aboko de yeda nyame ase power specialist eba hospital ohene ye akosia edu aya no ho te say no ho ye pa yete ma menka che na ne dwuma no so oguso bonkofo edi ne ho adanse yare friend hepatitis A B C D and E bebre na so ye de kwa anase yenu ano dro but obi obebia no onya ho ano edro jikaji ni bo adwuma endra na me office bi na mpenifo mo kan jikaji no ho asem no ebra adwe ne nti ase so say si om de ba ko wi asa cough care ono ye poho kakra wo nti stubborn e wa no so onya cough care na ebebo e woni bi e stubborn no obenum bibia nkwada sa so na eye malamix malaria edu aya eye herbal tonic ehihyew esiesiu ansa na jikaji liver care me pacho kala Mr. You ansana eduaya SK we na wa showcase no ha mommy no da se ho no wa bini yi na mo de ointment bi so aba yo
eduaya have ointment
yo enti baby Adrid ma meka say over to you doctor
me da say obusia ya mo akwa ba power tambre aso power specialist heba hospital ya den chef ya say Dr. Panya or da hospital na Dr. Akosia edu aya ho de mo bibia brebia ojebre na ohwe power time de bia nsema ka nyina ne say adansidie papa nkrofo di fa power ho TV so radio so internet ne ya hodo no won so be ka adansidie fo no bi power specialist about hospital the donor frey last stop yo Kumasi won cry and na ye water cry the Kumasi of yase ye ni just go police station di enhwe ne mu wo aputoja contrast kwan so Lake Road and ye wo akra wo kwabenya ACP kwanso ne bro factory no edi enhwere mu na fitakra de wo Anaje Estate Customs Road yene single washing bay no so di enhwere mu numbers edi adwuma na yemiensa famu bia na frɛ ofra branch na ebe ono ne ama direction aba ho na wabeje wayaresa numbers ne 0555 79 78 78 0200 38 3831 and 0244 54 4422 Monday to Saturdays and a day juma Sunday penada enya juma even holidays a juma or your branches in nyina mutu bia obia and the idea bia sha so a chan mesro to Tumrika Fabra Power Specialist about hospital on fire the anima and some fan call the berada nyankopa do ba lab papa bia wo hia say my no be ye the information ni peduani mu so hia say ma ye scan so hia say ma ye x-ray bibi biara asase ma wo ye na ye hu de ekoso ni peduani mu ye hu de e help pote no ye be ye da bia me ka say ye treat just symptom ye tackle the cause of symptoms no ye say ade etu ase fire de ni nyina bra power specialist hospital nyankopa adom ayaresa e wo ho ade emau wo ye obi a wa test hepatitis B positive and now hepatitis C and now any viral hepatitis baby as I saw do any chire ba ko pe a power specialist about hospital ye na nyankopa do mama doctor akwaso do ye dura ye de say ade we itu ase ye manage ye mrebre no ase ye say ade na ma ko negative efru moja ni mukra entimisro tie ni ye say you kunu say you yere say you ba say you nua say you de shebi so what test hepatitis B positive fa baby as saw de ne ko baby as saw de ne ba baby as saw ba wadwini ba ko pe a power specialist about hospital ya wadansi de you nipa ebetim de ansa tino mo so a kire say nipa we no yare ne etu ase firi mojam award ahodo agine Ghana ha ni amano nan edoso mesro enkotu sika ngu baby a Fabra Power Specialist about hospital ya na onfen ena onfen aya wo ya wo chika sem tutu ya de kakra bi na wabre brebia flise hit oni paduane mu ya na honam hyehye honam kekaw utumi titu ho saa na honam nyina twitwa udidi kitua bi na yafuna hye na ayekutu samra meka so yafuna ayeden wo yafuna honhono wani aye very yellow so nya jaundice oni paduane nyina wa ya hoya Tumrika Bra Power Specialist hospital so fatty liver so liver enlargement so liver cirrhosis baby asasa do ani kire ba ko pe eye power specialist herbal hospital Kumasi Encrine anase eye takrade wo de na ye ulcer na e haw sai de we yade bia ebetimi atete won na nyina ekom de wa ye problem aduane to ye ma ye problem wo de me ye problem ya na obo afono chika semu ya o ya etutu ya o hwenye ye asa emframa bi egina oyam ya na abo no nyina ya o ya de kopie wa chutanya heartburns we de na aduane jejabo indigestion wonsaro nyina timi atitiriti wonum nyina na ye ulcer and science and symptoms ni bi no to make fabra power specialist herbal hospital Kumase and crime and answer a yeta crade. Yanuntina doctor akoso adua aye adua fe no SK, that is stomach care. E kuro bia wo ya frunumu say ye duodenal ulcer say ye peptic ulcer wonya adua ya SK e betu kuro na se bekum kuro ni nyina ama ho atimi ato ya na obo afuno na me say e kuro eye enya intino itima obo afuno bi kuro on ma wotimi afe enti say wo ulcer so akoye endoscopy so akoye lab near so H pylori ni omojamu no to a niche power specialist herbal hospital Kumase enkra na se eyeta krade odia no eye kidney stones and as a kidney cyst misro wako trust can wako hospital yes o kidney stone o kidney cyst to Mirkabra power specialist herbal hospital amase see affect Johnson won some Bokroba Johnson na moja ewemu ya na osisi echi lower back ho eye wo ya na ehyehew wo na se nyina sha se tatai misro to Mirkabra power specialist herbal hospital Kumase enkra na se eyeta krade frey 0555 797878 0200 383831 and 0244 544422 we ya bema o Johnson sama chase eye basabasa da bia meka sa mema ye proma kase pa mu ba kon eye Johnson ho nsam so o Johnson chase se how o Johnson se nsam chase se afa o Johnson kore ntime mba gisa wo chima ansa na Johnson aba Johnson eba na ba mu ya o ya ba mu hyehyew wo Johnson wi ya wan kasa woten kasa Johnson no ebi akam wo Johnson wi ni moja di akire bo okra Johnson eba ni nyina ye moja nkwa na wa ya se ayire se ten Johnson emma wo chima dendendene abusia wotenatena ho ayde rubber be show bemam for ni chire power specialist hospital sa sem to we fa Johnson ho nsam ne me de ba no dawson da bia me kasa nya Johnson tentem bia na ye diabetes no ye no ewo ho na niema bebre ho so betam wa Johnson tentem say your prostate say your blood that's cystitis bia your ureter na so urethra bia your kidney and as untreated infections be gonorrhea bia nya na bia atwam syphilis bia nya na bia atwam bia fe na sunsun sanso no aba intimisro to Mirkabra power specialist herbal hospital Kumase and crime and as eye takrade what dia no eye typhoid na how and as malaria da bia meka enkrofo treat typhoid say malaria obi yam nitia ne ya ne ho ayehye nenum nyina ye ne nyonyo na poso nyina ye ne mre wakọ hospital obia nya sasem to ye so ne nipa wanya malaria say yam paso wo malaria ye adua ya malamis we etu malaria seku plus bia da bia unya bia betimi aboawo so what test ye malaria positive unya adua ya malamis na bia na ye typhoid malaria and signs and symptoms na aye no adokro we be ma tia yo ya onumba yo onwuno ho ba ya hye wa poso ba yo mre ni nyina wo the same symptom entebo ba ko hospital be ni malaria test oni malaria ba doctor ne say o man malaria treatment mi wa no malaria lab test o ye negative e bia na ye typhoid it is how na ye typhoid dia wo hia ye adua ya kala mixture e betu na sen ten typhoid ya rebonia abusia e betimi akun tieniye typhoid betimi akun na de ma typhoid yes strong free malaria mu ni say typhoid betama wabowa typhoid betama rashes agu typhoid betama severe constipation typhoid betimi ama wasan arane typhoid yare ba ko esan pa so ni obi wo fie ni obi wo jom asori ba bia betimi anya typhoid ba bia betimi anya typhoid wuhia adua ya kala mixture ebetu ase ede amount ye wo cough care herbal mixture ye kana ye chest cough teniye o chest ye o ya den obitime bo wasa sabi no odwonso no wo bo wa na wi ahora na moja ewo mu wakoma timi bo se hwim wonya sa do ya enye ewankwa na esa eye chest ho ankasa adwuma enti adeɛ bia wo chest ho say pneumonia no wanya say tuberculosis no wanya say wa coma na ball 10 bibiara wo chest ho a ye adwuma say wo lungs na say wo heart de ene bomoden say obenya eye sa chest cough ibi na beboa pa eye adwuma pa jirika jiri eye mema duro ba ko pe bema bia oyemre wo mpam wo hia jirika jiri ni din ene ne honam se enuro ni nyina Food and Drugs Authority register aja tum so ede amayen na se bonu nya ode kokata so ntumi enna osotia na ete da bia so moja so atia wo hia ede edu ya herbal tonic we eyemojadro ye no ni nyina ya herbal pure herbal bibia enfrem tabando so ene ede eye adwuma Food and Drugs Authority register jatum ede amaye ya de bia ha obia kompo na show minimum ayamfa sekan enka yamu odru abana ni nyina afiri ho no mo ama ho atimi atɔ awalefo amopa wo power baby senya na organa ha na edoso ye pese mu mienu nyina mo beba ni aye mo lab ya ye mo scan ehwehwe ni padua ni mu ni ho ba bia problem no wo na afia atimi aboa mo nso ni atimi age o ma wade mu ya de bia ha obia say sciatica na ha say okotodwe na ha bon mo say ni kotodwe na ho no ya say nsuo gina mu ni akotwe na asa ba wo ba kyekire ma 2-3 times bo sa afia wan kasa utimi nante bibia ya kama bone fracture dompere mo bu pain o bone specialist o ba na say your massage ba your massage kama ama blood circulation at keep please ama ya no wa dudu wa tititi na se nyina ayeto 40 said what tiate chemo no ni nyina be firi ho ma ho atimi ato wa kuma na ebo twimtwimtwim no me se ade bia ho bia yantimi anka ho asem Fabra Power Specialist Eba Hospital kuma se wo fiyase ya ni Jasbo Flint Station di enhwene mu wo aputo ja contract so kwan no so Lake Road ana ye wo akra wo kwabenya ACP Kwansa ne Blow Factory no edi enhwere mu na fe takrade wo Anaje Estate Customs Road ye ne single washing bay no di enhwere mu freyen 0555 797878 0200 383831 and 0244 544422 Monday to Saturdays and the adwuma yedo se bia ojebre na ohwe power time nyame ya aduma da sene sabre ya nso ye de apomde ho nsam no ebebro
ye beda
Mido, gana biana. Oku fa jebidi wi aba besu en fita no pa I say baby shit. Manga shi.
Junior. I'm saying so now for me be the no.
Sister Coast pa. It's woni gas.
I'm using the why. Why?
Down yankana wa.
Sister Coast. Use gas. Gas ye fast, ye easy, ye convenient. And
let me see your hand.
Hi. Now let me tell you about Safari Valley Eco Resort, the first of its kind in West Africa. Upon your arrival, you are introduced to your butler, who plans your itinerary.
We were surrounded by wildlife from the moment we entered the eco park.
So many activities, all in the same premises. Visit the gym or the stables, they have it all. At my break, I'm able to practice my putting.
We also went fishing on a man-made canal. Our tour guides taught us so much about the wildlife and how to interact with them.
They used only electric vehicles here. This creates a serene environment. I'm told it's over 1,000 acres. My cabin here sits on 2 acres with a large terrace space overlooking my private swimming pool. Now this is royalty. They have their own farms, thousands of fruit trees. I can also have my lunch here at the waterfall. Quite a beautiful place you have here.
Visit Safari Valley Eco Resort in Ghana, bringing you closer to nature. Recovery Conference 2025, Accra, Ghana. Be renewed and empowered as you prepare.
Johnson Suleiman is my name. I'm coming to one of the most historic crusades in the city of Accra. I'm coming to Ghana. We're going to be at the Independence Square for 2 days of glory, 2 days of power. Please, as you see this information, share it on every platform you can in the nation of Ghana.
You are from a family of a praying woman.
Yes, please. My mother is a reverend minister.
Your mother is called Reverend Diana.
Yes, please.
You have somebody in Malaysia.
My brother.
I'm looking at you. I'm hearing Eunice.
I'm Eunice.
Be my guest as we move in the power of the Holy Spirit, hear the word of God, and invade the kingdom of hell and take back what the devil has stolen. Recovery Conference, come to Accra.
He was paralyzed for 3 years. From the
He's bound. Look at him bouncing.
For 3 years, he had lumbar spondylosis. The spinal cord shifted. He could not bend down. He could not do this.
Look at him doing that now.
But now the word of God has healed him.
Look at him.
This is a miracle.
Look at him. It's going to be great and powerful. We are believing God for a massive, massive move of the Spirit of God. I'll see you in Ghana.
Date 24th and 25th June 2025. Time 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. daily. The venue is at the Independence Square. For inquiries and to be part of a local organizing committee, please call the following numbers. Grace awaits you.
Missy Menanano, a group bassa, I've been bravo to be doing.
As for me, I take very good care of my grandkids. Ye dear grow, na yes, a do maybe crana, me bano timide, or maybe gumi so weekend. Hey, memre, I don't think I'm a catcher say, Yano, Medi, garlic capsules. Posuna, a basis so come. As I stand here, my doctor said my whole system has improved very well. Medi, garlic capsules. Yes, Medi, garlic capsules.
Medimosis garlic capsules. Boa mamoja dini paduani mu efurusani ye. Na esiesie oba ne barima mahona wodin. Ubenya edoi bi ato omanyi mu pharmacy stores freye wo 050-349-4885. Edoi enya mamofra enye ndi mfie dumienu. Apemfo ene emma emanofo. Medimosis. Wunni how FDA ajidwe di nkratui atu.
The serene environment fits into the goal of the school, which is simply to provide excellent educational foundation for your ward's development before they commence primary education. At first glance, clearly you will see why the school is called Hebron Hills International School, as the building stands tall overlooking town. With a Montessori style, we have experienced and dedicated staff and trained teachers. Our small sizes classrooms are meant to enhance teacher-focused approach where children get one-on-one attention from the teacher. Hello there. We are open at 7:30 a.m. and school closes at 2:30 p.m. After school care is from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. while early drop-off can be arranged at 6 a.m. Hebron Hills International School is located at Midye off the Nsawam Road. Locate us with GP postcode GW0688 GA West and GPS code 06884870. You can contact the school and make further inquiries on 050-876-2375 or call the office directly on 0302-918768. Email us at hebronhills.school@gmail.com. Hebron Hills International School. Excel and shine.
Ghana-China Business Summit 2025. The Big Push. Labadi Beach Hotel. Monday, 23rd to Friday, 27th June 2025. Time, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. each day. Get ready for the most transformational business summit of the year. Organized by Sino Africa Group, Perfect World Company Limited, in collaboration with the Office of the President through the Chief of Staff. Theme, synergizing opportunities, strengthening the Ghana-China business relations. relationship and fostering a 24-hour economy. Why you can't miss this. Over 70 top Chinese investors and government officials in attendance. Government to business and business to business matchmaking sessions. Unparalleled investment and trade opportunities across key sectors. Keynote speakers include special guest of honor, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana. Other keynote speakers include Her Excellency Professor Jane Nana Opoku Ajiman, Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. Honorable Julius Deborah, Chairman for the Summit, Chief of Staff, Office of the President. His Excellency Tong Defa, Chinese Ambassador to Ghana. Honorable Dr. KCL Atu Forsen, Minister for Finance. Honorable Elizabeth Ofosu-Adjare, Minister for Trade. Honorable Haruna Idrisu, Minister for Education. Honorable John Jinapo, Minister for Energy. Honorable Eric Opoku, Minister for Agriculture. Honorable Emmanuel Ejekum, Minister for Special Initiatives. Dr. Tony Aubin, CEO, Petroleum Hub. Honorable Sylvester Mensah, CEO, Ghana Exim Bank. Mr. Farihan Al-Hassan, MD, GCB Bank. Professor Michael Bessa White, CEO, SIGA. Mr. Chen Xiaowei, Chairman, Sino Africa Group. Mr. Dennis Anderson, CEO, Perfect World Limited. To register now, call 0303-960-584, 0599-774-044, or 0205-600-310. For more inquiries, email Ghana China Business Summit at gmail.com or visit www.GhanaChinaBusinessSummit.com. Limited spaces available. This summit is proudly supported by Office of the President, Chinese Embassy in Ghana, Ghana Embassy in Beijing. Media partners: Ghana China Business Summit 2025. The Big Push.
Mesamo akwa bebiom deba TV XYZ so baby a wa wo hwe bia wo so a wo tie Power 97.9 FM mo akwa ba edeba inside policy jumedie so embredura ansame gubamba so no meni ekukudam ne betena fom ne yapansem mu edidi ehon enkomo enti baby a obi afo aso famie wo so a wo hwe no etel TV nechi menyi mfi haya menkoso nda TV XYZ na yendi enkomo nkoma ebetumi de Ghana esi edimpu to ene eye kankwa ye hwehwe wo my Ghana no ebetumi akoso ho komo na yeba ebedi na in His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ade okopie mu wo Institute of Local Government ewo Madina and orientations from kwekoma MMDCs ordinary DSM to dwa biom honorable Fosu Ampofo oye former national chairman the NDC Amayeku osanso oye now the Cocoa board chairman on also wire DC pen into on also copiase advice kakra on also odema yenuanom MMDC so no ni na no yebebo na yetie san komono na ye de asiasi efi ho abre kukudam atena efomwe and then nkoma yeba na yebedi no enobi na medican aboso no na ekukudam ewofia ha ye no mu bedi nkomo ye honorable Dixon Tre dia dodo na friend Stuttgart o ha MP Edema Brekum West anti ye betenen kasaso na yenua kwaku Boateng dodo na friend Kede Boateng or your deputy Eastern Regional secretary Edema NDC ono so wo fidiem ha nti kukudami na ensame gubamba so no ye bebedi ho nkomo nti bebia wo bia no memfa wonsan ka fidie no ma enkoso na ende ya afise ye ba na ye bedi enkomo ebo ma membi so wenye nsupa anoma na enye nsuo bia ne nsupa nsu bebre na na ewo dwaman so ba wunya ex natural mineral water no media pebinom ensu ne ne mepese mo hu se ensu no ye wo mahoro mienu ye litine de wo orange baako na wo blue say no so baako nti enya de a wo hu we na edin sesen bia bi oha etini orange na bi so oha sa na etini te we no ye 500 ml adentem no ne me pa cho ye wo 350 ml ono na IS ball no sa so na ye wo 500 ml ansa na ye wo 750 ml ma me papa wutie me menua wutie me a wo hwe me ex natural me no water wunya bi no me apebinom fi se eyensu amuda hokroje ensu a Stephen Apia former Black Stars capito onuma na hoden esisi so no ebine enti we yensu abadwaman so a ye ka ho asem Paul Amantamesi na di kanfu ensu mo tumfo ye frɛ no ex natural me no water ebine de bia oba me fie no na menom me ba adwuma no na menom to me kanfo ediamo baby a wo Ghana ha bia so wo betumi abankran open dudu etu akoton a abankran a me pa cho bebre bisa osu abrebese street oba XYZ ya himfie ha wo beba ne depo na wase wo hu Mr. Robert na Uncle Robert me pa cho dudu bi opese otu koton no obema obi na osu etumi etu na wakoton anasa atobi akofie no na ebusua no akonom no kama pa na moso mo hu atom sa so na okọ melkom so a obenye bi etumi ato na so bibia etumi akọ enkan obetumi so afre factory obetumi afre factory wo 0596 273548 0596 273548 and 0596 273547 0596 273547 no ne empenifo edin komo baby a wo bia ka no ye de bi bro ana baby a wo bia no factory no be hwe wo kira kwan na nkomo bia so person no mudi e fa no ex natural me no water hu no omuni wadi na baby a etumi akonkan enti ekuku dam na jinkonya atena so no de yenkwa na yenkwa kasamfonyin ni bium abra ende Institute of Local Government Madina His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Shia MMDC sinina onu omudi nkomo yenche chairman of Usampofo former chairman dema Andy Samayoku board chairman dema Cocoa Board ninsemo de tudra na yensha aso ho
ya de assurance na adwuma no so emra wo ho akwankyere wo ho ohwe nipa na se ebia wo fakrata da hwe obia background na obi a teacher ni obi engineer obi a lawyer obi a farmer and all shades of professionals and the you on the other side mediation once such mediation unique if you say I'm na here the direct representative of the president in various districts enti I was so much president in the vision I was so who emrana yashisha yedibu oman because they are the face of government at the various metropolitan and municipal district assemblies. So a moment no who the do's and don'ts of the job, the capacity of the laws regulating it, the relationship dynamics. Say crowd so first no yeah you could do this no na Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development it na quite say one section na yefa and now here emranu president high realignment and the chieftaincy and religious affairs aka ho nti abomodwuma na kese nti abasa no so yenyanko form mo nimdi on be kire ni nti a president and the chieftaincy and religious affairs eba be she local government ministry na se na ebe ye ha nchichemu enkoba say we are looking at the people and then taking care of them. You hear their spiritual needs, you hear their biological needs, you hear some you bit me infuse traditional practices. What district mo holding na until they say ma I say ama ayemre they say look transfer say person wunding kofoshia asofo ka ho na nanom ka ho omanfo ka ho assemblymanfo ka ho. It is geared towards holistic development of the district, both the spiritual aspect and the physical aspect and the traditional aspect. So we have Jumadi de DC for ya. Potoka say because said Jumadi we are your assembly hono. And no kwa na Jumadi your friend from the cradle to the grave. Yeah, we were now assembly now some register me who say ya wakola assembly ho. So assembly no ever say preschool. Akwara betumi no school papa ko esa asem no hwe basic education akosi JSS esa asem no hwe secondary school wo ho eno ye nadwuma enti na say cradle to grave kosi say nipa no wukura na assembly na also issue death certificate any barrier permit and send akwa akwa nti assembly adwuma no so insan say wo hwa say fi akola kosi nipa wawu nyina hye won san na adwuma so no they must be taken through a proper orientation normal term ho ase after the role dynamics between MPs and this chief executive I told them that the conflict aba kwan be ne be fa so a ye betimi a church no mo ho hawa won be si ahwe sa de ma no development it na koso na a first time in the history of decentralization and local government aban bia boss metua assemblyman foka metua assemblyman foka there na was say you know metimi performance contract. Now you adwuma ben asema for so moye how they should relate with the people kwaya bafa so a on betime deeping interaction with the people kai pass the local government minister and it me to motorbikes and the assemblyman for I know enhance a facility of movement me did say the current regime will be looking at possibility of enhancing the mobility of assembly members through provision of motorbikes and other logistics between adwuma for so all in all no this orientation exercise and na ebe plantium among foundation among marginal so president said the time for merrymaking and rejoicing is over. We have entered into a time of serious work into no saoji weni eye party and no ufri hakwa sane mani nyina twam we are moving into the very serious face of our governance. Say Hansan Abeka say John Mahama Bayan Nankasano a team because if free her near more orientation we are. They are going to be the first line of implementation of our assembly home. And Rebia by the Bano or the Brown or district Juma. Fortunately, all the 16 regional ministers are here. Almost how much Juma coordinating, harmonizing, now almost evaluating the performance of these assemblies. It's almost so hard. It's a now Bekumbi. Let me build a strong synergy that will move the local government, religious affairs, and chieftains together. I believe, sir, President Mahama, ethics Medina Sepa or no the assemblyman pen into senior assemblyman for Edmay. Intina Mabration, I feel what I can say about 80% of the Assembly Common Fund should go directly to the districts. Now this is Nankasanka Fanswa, one be develop one more district with the resources now the air. These are some of the issues that out or has say. Now let me know how they can also harness the huge resources now they quite assembly from improve the welfare and lives of the people. At the end of the day, no. Every MMDC biano ufri ha kwa never catch on say look at the state of your district as today and look at the state of your district when you are living. The difference that you make, and I bet you say what me that is why this orientation is critical for the survival and sustenance of our
Enti we are there course so Institute of Local Government Medina and the orientation course ma MMDC no a former chairman ma NDC Amayeko honorable Dr. Ofusu Ampofo asisi so board chairman de ma Cocoa board nsem ni bi or the two dwane afutu de ma MMDC no mamen honorable Dixon Chair Dua Hododo na friends to God honorable Akwaba Bibi aboko de
ya watiefo ne ahwefo a ehwe ye na wie nyina
Brekum West boko de
Yankopon adom bibi aboko
ya danyamiasa
Ken memfa akwanyan so enchia the good people of Brekum West enkan ye mofra enra BC omode ba wie officially na de ba wie Arabic but ye hono Arabic
yes
enti enra nkwara no nyina ewie
okay
omo shaase on the 11th June be free incline ekohia nkwara no nyina e wa assembly before the exams ama me two omo fofo
okay
so munya kukoduro report amanya ne se omodi akokoduro atro so hwe na wie enra ye be wie no me delegation kuhia omo
wow
kasa kire omo me fa fidie so na masre awofo ne nkwada no nyina se uwie basic education certificate examination na unwie ngomasua
even your level you're the so you might have finished examination but you haven't finished your education
sanity
enti enkwara no the assessor omo ye ne se omo be bom paye na awofo no nso ahwe omo yie akosi se examination results beba da me wo gidie se dodo na abenya akwanya atumi atoa so akọ secondary schools. Temptation at this stage ne say enkwara na wie school omo betena fie be bosome miensa bosome 9 ade no sa wofuo na amomo ani anku omo ho enkwara no anye discipline enkanka ye nuamo ma na ankwaya asem papa nti ye besre enkwara no you are our future leaders your future president ewo mumu ewo Brikum West your future ministers of states ewo Brikum West your future MPs ewo Brikum West your future engineers your future pilot adwuma bia mone daache enti monhwe mo ho so yi na de di kanya mekano no de toso me no eye mente ho eye ken over the weekend me share tomato akuafo ewo Brikum West. Yes. Now, Brikum West, an estimated 5,000 nipa beye mpimnum and a tomato jumano machine. In fact, Ghana afi Brikum West will be the number one. Number one. Wow. I can say confidently. In fact, the last few years, we share your production. Said the ekwa ade ekwa anim yie yankopon adom nso yenya factory e wo Brikum West tomato factory ama tomato adwuma no dodo na ade omo ho ahyem ye hia ye omode no ma miensa to manim efa sikasem besi omoje wo bank ya na e wo soro na akwan na ekọ ba bi edua tomato so na enye ena ensu a ebema tomato adwuma no pebre omo atumi aye nyankopon adom akwan no mene DC kabo mu enra ye de mfidi agu akwan no so a ye ya akwan no so adwuma nyina mene DC san to ato adwen no anya hwe bohos bosumi we nko na wiye na ya sha ase ebeye edudie ye de be pete ye farming communities aboa amaku adwuma no atumi akoso ntide ye hwe ne se abayen hihye ye papa enam yewure kopoku so eye feed Ghana vegetable component no emo esefata many minister shia minister ye say ye ma omomfo mi cooperatives makoshi omomfo me na me wogidie say with the hard working erikopoku our minister of agric no yes and the papa say see Ghana the economy na e pagya first quarter no and we mu kire say agric sector na e grow over 6.5% near ade na ka ho na ama eye economy no e pagya no so if you have a Kopoku you can certainly be sure say kuayo ebefa ne ntuma pa afura na Brikum West nso ye chefa ewom no ye nsa ebeka eti mebo Yewure Kopoku abaso ne nyuma pa oye ewa agric ministry but Yewure Haruna Idrusu why ade bi amanfo adwen ma so
minister in charge of education
enkwara na afi omotwuro BC no omuchusu schools no afi the private schools omo the 25 schools aba be ka ho say private schools omo pese omo nso man kwara akwan free SHS no afi 25 schools
na be ka ho
modalities or the agu akwan mu ni say your inspector facilities na betumi admit ya they will enroll you. Okay. No be fast track it. Abayen hye say ye be double track in every hole. 80 afi 25. Next year we are looking at about 100 schools on board. Enroll by 2027-2028. Abayen be expanding infrastructure or public schools. Private schools will come on board. Na a double track no. Ye e free hole. It is a very good innovation. Mebo Yewure Haruna Idrusu abaso that innovation or the aba education sector now.
Wow.
On the orientation, me ankasa me honorable DC Brikum West, honorable Collins Asuma.
Our town.
Welcome to Accra. Na Ken wonim. Enra na mani agi keke. Me colleague parliamentarians. Dodo na bi mukura nim so mu DC se bedu. O free Brikum dru nknanya ne first point of call. Parliament House one frame about Parliament House by office ebe report to say we bedroom crime e ma ye bon komo enwumre me nso me pon free Parliament 8-9 p.m. and I'm a in the hotel or that who said when you be at that did come and pay menana tricking come training our air course we are in touch enti me manakwa basronko a bank ran na menim say enkuta hudi papa da the office of MP the DC any executives and terminal Brikun West ebefan ntuma pefra. So I'm very happy say nyankopon adom wayi DC ya ye nyina botae ne se ebema Brikun West tumpon anananom eta ye chinti Honorable Collins Asuma, welcome to Accra. Na minim se wunwi orientation we no na nim de mapa wo no ebi abeka ho Ken menyi ni se Ghana ha ye wo nipa dodo a omo nim de shine ye wurufu swampofo eba local governance issues omo nọọso omo a eba nim de ne experience a wo kan wa rise through the party structure as organizer of the party, as a chairman of the party, as a DC, as local government minister.
Yes.
Oh no, I share DC swinging on no a DC, a local government and a party structure, and also while rising through the ranks from organizer to national, as I see, or council of elders, as I see, your political advisor to the vice president and the chairman of Cocoa Board. He has seen it all. 80-24. Say Say mampanyini ebo dini se uye DC ya. Ne no nkyere se wo nim de chen nipa e wo district num nyina da bi. Enya wo ne dehia udi kan e wo district num se wo na wo ye dehia kese ohun afechen obi na mum e ya dom e na mampanyini ama favor na atoso na e ye som eno de ama osebesom de sese oye ne se wodi ahobrase ne anidie ebesom amanfo na mom wo mase amanfo mesom wo eye very important na DC udwumadie betumi akonkan a de hia ba akon se one o party executives ebeka bom na one nananom de key stakeholders every constituency every district nananom ebeka bom one MP office na munyina makobe nkuru mu and I'm very confident say ye training we no ebe ma ye DCs no are well equipped say the omobekwa akoye adwuma to advance the cause of this government na uye DC ya ye besre ne say opanyi na wa you say ye DC ye wura John Dramani Mahama no obre ne ho ase o de anidie magana fo enti ni tumi kakra na waponi bia ma sefa he district ho man no yemfa emema yemmatiri so e wo district no edi President Mahama the humility a ode ye adwuma no ye nyina nhwe so na ye ndi na chi yemfa ensom ema ye district no emfa ne ntuma pamfra eno nti ena President Mahama ahunu se wasoma se koye adwuma onyae wo kwa ode akode a emu edu ebema wo ede akọ wo hwe abanye etwa mu ya year no nyina bi a common fund de akọ district bi a 6 million 7 million the whole year sika ekọ ebi a quarter etumi ba na enru 1 million kura ne ade serious esane say that time sika ni nyina modi amoma contracts edi bi ko medal bet ne ade enti sika ebekọ district no be a 40% out of who are located funds
okay.
President Mahama etwa abahwea no say enough is enough. Say minimum 80%.
No say to me ko.
Eko every district. And one speech okay no say by the calculation an estimated 25 million a year eko. The HDN say President Mahama is deepening and entrenching decentralization. Kane na medal bet wo ho no biti medal bet bi otikumase no adwene ho ama wo say district project we na ahianti omebeba abeye wo ho. This time round President Mahama says sika no nkọ assembly members no e wo ho DC ewo ho assembly technocrats ewo ho nananom reps ewo assembly no so MP wo ho na stakeholders ni nyina atena se determine developmental priorities of that district. Then you apply the funds. Now we sign the guide the kura to him as our guide no dia to him no fe yie esane se enkare no ye de common fund be kono be ko district assembly bi na common fund aba mu be 40% omo de aye administrative expenditure. President Mahama say enough is enough. Sika kono watwitwa kwanya abefa so. In fact wakapo administrative expenditure at just 5%. Just 5%. Ena de waye a me hu adwiri me ne se common fund eba kota bia no osi emu 20% afi de eba no emu 20% fa hwe se project bi ho aban dada no hwe ase a wanwie a se sika no fa ko complete. What a president. Ono dwene ho hye DC se sa aban dada hye project bi ase na onwie ya watwa common fund ono de bro se fa ye mpunduwa no se sika bi fa to ho a eba bi a fa ye project a enwie ye ewo district enti ye be ma ye MMDC sa mempanyini abo omudini. There are few more to go. Ashanti region omunwie ye kakra wom but omo a yabo omudina enra omubedru nkran meamenua Kenzuba mayor of Kumasi enra no so bedu ye yeshia ye ne ye DC sa hodwa omo bank na nyina enkanka me DC is a free bono region all the 12 na me regional minister leading the team ediaba omuntie ntete na nkyerɛkyerɛ empanyimfo de mom na omunhye no nso so mutri na yeye isane se otie mampanyina o se mo na mo beye bia last people a ye be appoint mo se DCs isane se next time nyankopon ya dom na emfie na ye di enemy 2028 Ghana for sign the 2 million NDC say ento aso a mampanyini John Mahama nhyehyɛ ya o ya to ho ne se part of the constitutional review no ye beto aba na yi ye DCs enye president na be appoint Ghana fo nyina be kyerɛ district no nipa mo pese oye DC a san nhyehyɛ no koso de medi twato ya futuo se sa president we mampanyini we omfa ho se uye ne party ba na wonye ne party ba se ba pere ye accountability transparency on fa ni agro enti kokwa enne wabo DC se wa mom up to 15 July so obi an declare ne asset no mesre se ma obi an koyare awrefiri na 15 July obi an koye members of parliament ye declare MPs obi a declare DCs mode monya breka krisane se na anu ya na ye bom dini ebi kura ye mo omudini na mom efiri ne ko 15th no enwa sa acha bosome ba ko asem na ye kan edu ko na akoya refree na one declare mampanyini unim no wa hwi ya sade waka no ozo obeyi wadi wa wanye no obeyi wadi ntimesre eti all you know make us a very good exercise. We welcome them to Accra na yada ye mampanyini asena me amenua eye kadebu aten so mama na kwa ba kwan stronko so oye special person to me no onim isane se o classmate said your boy adwumaden minim se wonso sada oye adwumaden se oye adwuma parliament nti waka ho asem bebre eti you are welcome eastern region nso ye hu adwumaden amoye no 2024 yenim se 2028 mo besan ya pagam bono na yekura nkonwa no ensia ya pagam ya gidu ba ko te se akaba akon pe out of 12 seats in fact in 2016 na yekura only 1 seat 1 out of 12 2020 ye call 6 out of 12. 2024, you call 11 out of 12.
Meaning, some or some just one in the boss.
Bono, Yaniabre, Sada means the Eastern, and so mobile for Jumano. Maybe other year.
Kwekubati yentiwe na kedebwati say let her be sure be PM fano last week morning show and send me the two ja and that crown me who say sign fro Winfred then no kan wasem kakransa ya local government says so
say last week mami owo Odiners when you
yeah mama perpetual
nikun friend bright dia me dem different ne ampofo but the American say amanyofo ye ntan ye ho na ye mbetine radio so na TV so embede denigrate ye ho nti se me no se maka bibi na efa no ho na manka ne ye a ofenche me enya boapayo ne ye na me ne wasem amanyosem ne ye candidature or mindful at the mind the improvement of governance near Kanwasem. Ye mekase ba wumi atisu nti ye mpe na asem there be diminia say os feel say makan ye hu bi asem they are fine but ono na hu ne de menini ni problem ya ne hu twa say emu problem ba na fa ne hu no mbefa de a no mo de akọ station we meka ne hu asem me na me beka say ne ye hu asem nti say bright utie me a me professionally ye nya danfo amanyosem de obi oya politician bi ya adamfo but professionally personally de unu ya nya adamfo tizofo se meka ho asem de emfa nu ntwem ya wie we no na mebeka MPO te hey obo adwuma pa me se me ko pie kro bi so ye frɛ no em se fentin
kana ye mbonchiro
na maami bi maami bi ni mu edu ye frɛ no ama adwoa oton market no oton Vincent cassava na ni ekodi fufuo ni yesi ho
menya bro for sem oton banchi
ni yesi ho no na banchi no boafu na medu ono kanfo wo pa o se MP fo na ma bani nya ba pay ne boy
yes
nti me tese so be show you na me si XYZ omo frɛ nkrofo omo bu adwuma wo mu krom tempi we de ye mamu ne yo ne adwuma pa market bonus omo feel pa
ye be ye adwuma den this is just the beginning ye be ye adwuma den
wow ena ne ho nso jo o hu say most of the time no the adwuma ma MPs for na no mu tu omo ho be si we de onu atimi bedwom no shorts nika ebe DJ edi kofi on smart driver on small bia amu feeling no
a homeboy
nti ya bona baso en adwuma pa se MPs ni nya be yeti say we am say kaka na ke any problem so ya MPP ni so ya NDC ni na ye ka kire hwe papa yi na vetu bra na vetu hofo hwe se de na na monte a very humble person not here we fa ho say one day oba be vice president wa Ghana emi di fokranya na omo pe unu e be ko so no
examen no ehia fa
obi a no ho jo de Ghana for pe so wenti ni eto ma ye be pe John Dramani Mahama oyo obi a say de ba pe ti or he ye be pe John Dramani Mahama anamonti owoto no 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 so de aye bi nti wo sorry na de bia utu ho na una aye ho na aye hwan emwa say de ba pe ye na ye ka ne ho asem ni sanso na wo so wote ho a wotifi one day ya ba be ye wo ti enya ye mfa se de ye nua ti ni mfa ne suman ni mfa nante na wo nua ye se DC for Eastern region for de o ma bedu no mdo mo ba mo ani age wo se ye na ya na efu achi ko he afan place na afi na be cross nsuo kese dudu na ebo akra ne ma akra da die bedu akra se na ni Jesus munko ni e papa John Dramani Mahama petty fo akuku damfo abehia yen wo ba ye be kan kakra me kan so ne se adwumadi a ekoso yi enye se NDC sorry ne ye ne keke o he America kra etwem so wo uko ba bia lembele se unim ho udem nim so chintu nim ba bia Western region yenya MP before omo ya assemblyman for ebe ka say omo MP kwasi Vene say kwasi bonzo
no a parliamentary candidate
wadisika inti yenyi nim
oh yeah MC no
aha
omo ye na MC okay
obey MC no omo wadisika so wo na wo hwe
bonzo okay
oh
sa na okwa e frɛ no
say ya na ya homete say ya to aba ma na party na ba ne ya yi se ko di party anim na wa assemblymen abase wadi me say we ankoye MP before a unti bi wo ba bia wadi sika enye sika ketwa enya assemblyman ba ko pe na ko kan ye o say ye nka enya assemblyman be 2 be 3 a ki ebo assembly guye assemblyman ba ko 28 na 29 yes ba ko no wantimi amba na that day no ofi a odidi yes an kom ko ye 29 na assemblyman 29 ba begina ho so wadi zika eye nim guase ye yes ne ye ti ho na ne ra ho ye bomba se ye nkofo o mabai die wo hu ye be se ode o mu kwatete mu atetepa ne ye tse ni o mu no mu nso mu ntimi meye saa wo hu na ofri ho no nso ne ye se eso jaman den de me de beto last there's a German the better last. Amensi. This is your friend Michael Donko. Or no, so sa. Now, Medivia Western region. No, dear see Western region. Or back kama. Or ban your young babies or pokua. Oh, yeah, DC West German. I dear we are making so Utemia. MPP pen the bet me as you. A been see when this that. There be see when this in me jai politics. Makoya so for. Cause na mi misano. So me a Catholic. Black sacrament na meko na Catholic ni yemfesi kadie ene ne mabone ntete yi ti menyi na na mesofo ne kan se meya amanyosem dia ka me ko kan disi hu koso no no nim nkrofo ba miensa bi amu ndisi no hwe mabrabo na eno na ese medi achi no hwe se dia me nso mabrabo ni fiti a mitimi yesa ya beboa na me de be kan disi hu that time me di 10 no share me sankom no Dimi no nyame na de me bedi sa adwuma nti me gya adwuma die pe na me san akoya Roman Catholics eno say yes yes untimi nware e me nso de ma ware nti aha say me gya na me pa adwuma die foforo but adwuma che say so for adwuma na ye bibia de makoma so ma me nso nipa amapoko MBP time no mu yi no DC onso nipa enso hwe Ghana fo sika eno no an ne constituency secretary omo se omo de kwa akowia abanima MPP fo omu disikai basa inti ya trance ni eka se da bi ya hwe we mu ya cheze tip of the iceberg ya hwe sa ni menye si ya DC fui ya di omo bakra ni ya pe communion ni holy water ni ya de baptize omo ni ya twesa boni ni nye free omo ho nza mi before ni free office on chair nza corruption na ese eye spiritual we bi so ho omo ni dubo na ni Wednesday abonefo ni mpam nti sika die no hu ga mami amikan menye sure se nani kan so no de ye obekọ na spiritual mo kan caterpillar say ai o kona spiritual ni man o say Ghana for sika no matam 450 billion yes sika tada no all cities no say ye trillion or so billion no minimum na edoso 5000 edoso u jije ku go ntene mu abenya be mi o say na chese do mo de ye no kra na ya ahomete omuvonko wia NDC agana force o makoma mu na party ne da makoma so yemfa NDC na mra ma me se da bi yemko wia sika ne yemfembe to NDC aban free ho nti secretary no hu no se da bi me kwa sorry committed this say ade o mu kan mintimi nye be sika no yesre no se kan ntimi nye ga sika no ka san fa ko mama me ye sika no wadi ene na ya so the secretary say boni de obi enfo aso se koye boni ba se boni na wonya na mavis se koye no ka fa se ni sika koma no na nka no nko ne sunsun boni na agu ma me ne so no
sika de kwa rada de akoma di pa foforo so
ama di pa na koye boni kan hia pa
eti oje to ho dia na chese
nanka a check we last year together so da ho na nka de be ba ma me na ko se ha ma me no
kan da ho home yenkwe
this da ho no de be ma me na confirm no but ohun de kan say ye hwe nyema we nye ni ya kase da bia si ya de nkrofo ne bakra ye MMDC fu ayi ni ye pekasa pache omo se ye hwe mami se de otena momo fa mami ni suban nti mi eso jama yan yi oba na ye me de cause me so for ba ko ka che me se sa spiritual ni ma na mami ne ye no o ye oba na akotena ho a ahwe na ate aguzo nti me kura ne de menke wahu me baby a Ghana MBB fu adisika ni nya ka se ya tisika kakra budget ho ne ye pass for di anim na ke ne nam district assemblies no ne ye the holy water ne spray ho asensam bone nkwa no mu di ho nti ye behye mu se de ye mampanyin honorable Ofosu Ambofo with his diverse knowledge experience in the local government sector ono so aba o tu amofu yi ye be sure mo so omuntie ye nim so mo betie eastern region so de ye regional minister ye honorable Rita eni omunya atena se kasa ya nso no mo ba we had a very deep conversation concerning orientation nankasa and how to work in the assembly nti enim say the man panyin na target na yase no ye be see ye exceed all the other regions nti me dey make na cho no abo wa ha minim so on the DC nakasa but eastern region will do better. We will do way better. Ya set targets amaye ho. I be see exceed. No na Ghana should be an example. Oko honorable krom ho a. Kasaba na Brokum West no. Na make say ma me na me koto banchi won ho no. Wo hwe say the all come for honorable na. Utimi hu say even the food agriculture itself no. They are trying to say they will get to the stage omo be your food production. Yen credit and infia bonte. The bidim go conkitin no. By now, no one in Crawford na kasewi. Our who conform the quakoma. Honorable Anameboa. Into your best say omuntanechi. Na MDC for no suno. Said the DC no etimi by or betcha honorable. No money MPs ninya juma. Na mumwana development be a koso. Some buana ejuma ye easy mom. Ye best remo. Ye best ye increase ye number no. Na ye president policy bi or de beba no etimi koso maye nti ye besrem mumwa MPs no mo ho no na adwempa bia mo besua orientation no because I know say they are training them on local governance and so sanitation ni sika DMBP for and Zoom Lion aminyama bebre o mo sua ni nya ye peso for bi no mbompa ye ne assemblies ne nyema bone ngofo de asha assemblies so sangofo ya making no motimi akɔhwie Ghana fo sika sɛ yɛbɛnkotu NDC aman na nipa baako ɔhwɛ sɛ buni nyi ɔsɛ me de ɛso ɛwɔ me munti me nkɔdi sɛ adwuma ma fɛ sɛ sika yi bɛyɛ bɛ hyɛ sika no ɔfɛ wie yɛ no aban foforo abɛfɛ sɛ sika no bra why ne ɛfɛ nyɛ ɔman adwuma maame ne deɛ fɛ sika ne nkɔma no yɛni sɛ maame no oni suban pa oni adwen pa fɛ sika no ba ne ɛfɛ nyɛ Ghana adwuma
Meda ekede buatin anakweku buatin meda na se papa na no open so can be na
see how they say when say Mr. Bright amu bia who say friend me Wilfred Buatin
to me far Wilfred and ka ho say Mr. Bright Furi ampofo na sem no so dia atudwa na yeguso edi nkomo na me kan sha boafo so mo boa bi Victory Garlic Mixture omo boa ye papa na unya Victory Garlic Mixture bi obi o ha na koma bon pepe unya binuma beboaw sa so na wonsa na wonai tumi yetitriti eya na woni so aye kusukusu so woni so chin me pacho eboa improve blood circulation e membo je ne dey frusa ne ye enti wonya Victory Garlic Mixture beboa wo yare onyare o wonya binoma boost immune system na kweti ayare ahuru na enye na wo Ghana ha bebi eton adro bia wo kɔ eye enkran ha o kan shikins work herbal dudu bia openo onse betumi aka wo ton baako so a eye chemical herbal ne eye pharmacy sa to to Ghana for na kaise oduru ha eduru ba ko pen obebisa your friend Victory Garlic Mixture open ho asem ebisa for 020-1293280 and 0242545633 na BBN to min konkan adom eye survey and eye general construction medro so adom survey and eye general construction semen control say omo your authentic construction company omo homa say wo dan bia opese wo si ene eye dwumedie bi efa na dan ho de ejomudi na tomo ombe ya ma omo ye land surveying so engineering surveying architectural designs general construction ni na dom survey and general construction ebe ya ma papa na say omo so omo won sase wo oye dodowa odumase behind Christian High School International ene Adenta Accra ha omo won sase a omo ton wo ho na omo payment plan omo dey more for 12 months cost near 60,000 Ghana cedis upright payment no 5,000 na deposit no and also 3,000 and near 50% and san no more 12 month installment ubetua no bosume bia no 2,500 umpe we no pede sa so na payment plan for 6 month cost no so 55,000 outright payment in 50,000 deposit in 3,000 6 month installment in 4,584 Ghana cedis na so omode ma ubetumi no omede nkomo 055-439-7831 and 020 3788842 na woni omondin komo or say Adom survey and construction general construction making your dream come true until almost so ediano no ex natural mineral water there ya ka ho asem deda wonya binoma ebetumi abo nsuo ni your 350 ml ona ya yense ball no nkwala ne ji ho ye pa your 500 ml na ye san so 750 ml wutie me wo ye parties funeral be ana say family celebration occasion bi adwumadi bi a wudi no obetumi apebi na udi didwuma no obetumi anom no baako ana wato ekosifi a woni wabusuafo motumi anom be matumi no ba to nom obi abetumi anom oba XYZ broadcasting ahimfie ha ye wo osu abebrese street oba depo kese na wa kese ope Uncle Robert dodo bi ope no obema obi na wetu akoton ana ase me pa che obebre wokomel komo so a wonse betumi akabi ope ho aseme bisa na of pebi abra wo betumi afre factory was 0596273546 and 0596273547 X natural mineral water simply natural. Medimosis Clinic and Herbal Center in Medruswo the Medimosis garlic capsules aba improve blood circulation and mambo jeni die fruit sani won sane won na etumi etititi ese ananse achew ananse na efiyin na ebeche wo me pacho eyare sa so na me pacho cholesterol level no wasra ebeche kina ma eboa eyi niam bia mbo ni padua ni nyina no efi oni padua no mu de garlic aka ho ni ndro bi na aka bo mom de aye Medimosis garlic capsules inti anya na Ghana ha pharmacies ni herbal shops ato apete Ghana ha na wokwa ka se Medimosis garlic capsules ono na obebisa na yama obi atoro wakonom agye ho efi yare ahru na mu ebiom ye ka Medimosis so dia bebre na anim se ye hospital ana herbal hospital yare friend prostate disorders ompacho mehwe ahwe to asiamo sexual weaknesses be man no baye mbre wompem be man no ba ohia awo hypertension ana diabetes typhoid fever malaria fever stroke ana STI say hawa me kan fo Medimosis clinic amo omo dental clinic ho omo dentist obo ne humbody ye papa panti we no modwumadi bia fa no se a wo white no wutu ana se sabewa wo hye ma wo ye no we no mu bia wo toma Medimosis clinic ombebo ye papa dental barrier opposite the police station AESL building inside Ghana Highways Authority yard ho Accra Ministries here obehu omo ho Ajay Kojo opposite school for the deaf no so omo ho Kumase ahema kokobin santase oboase kwan so eno so omo ho pa from 0244 068447 na so bibia entumin konkan wo Medimosis afem na bibia endedin monfa meye no nto so mame miama konta nyenchen kra nana asiedu precious gold nana asiedu precious gold ne papa openyin Manuel Anthony Kweku openyin Manuel Anthony Kweku dodo na freno amokwa nyame ya adoma ne 40 days no 17th July 2025 time no ya na 10 am wo ICGC takwa karikwa no ho na no so openyin the 40 days in observation because so a friend openyin Emmanuel Anthony Kweku adodo na freno amokwa enti nyame ya adoma next month 17th July 2025 time near 10 am ICGC asorfi ho watakwa karekwano ho na dwumedie no because to tonsa frɛ adamfofo sympathizers ni obi ase yenko na yenkoja na asiedu also ne papa no there for me wofa enti de tena no enti yepem akoye no yempem koye no enti ma yento aso na menko honorable ho yo honorable yenhwe fetch for findings or body by fan economy ho nsem ne ade yenti o
Ken very good news na for the benefit of your listeners ye ka fetch America adwumakuo bi eba credit rating wiase afana nyina ubia eje omutum na ohwa the top 3 credit ratings yenim ye wo Fitch ye wo S&P and ye wo Moody's mo na kire oman ni nwumakuo musika sem sesa oman we bo na besin obetumi atuane ade na saa fechifo ya na enche ye brebi atwam omode Ghana koto de efre ne junk status a na tese yentumi nkodwaman so nkobo besia tese ye sika sem no atete apansam a yentumi nko dwaman so ene yeda sore ya feche se enhyehyɛ ya ban we di agu akwan mu bosomi nsia obetena akodwa no so no ama investors enya confidence ewo oban no sikasem mu ama ye sikasem no ejina sede ye dollar to ye cedi no dollar no tiba form na cedi no pagya ne mu wo hwɛ sede ye agriculture pagya ne mu grow na economy no grow over 5% the first quarter na dia sesei ye di young status bi na mum omu upgrade ye do ye stable status a ye qualify as a euro bond kura ye tumi eje as sesei ye sika sem no na tese ejina na nan so na busuafo they don't do it out of vacuum te say na mekuso America kan ye hwɛ no mo bebree wo hwɛ kwanya yewura atoforsen atoto ye sikasem ye frɛ bibi fiscal discipline said ye obetoto sikasem ahunu bra esese utuaka expenditure ne ade a wo ye obehu se we ye prudent expenditure we ede mfaso bebra oman no wo ye contractor obetoto wontoto ye so obenya value for money we mu nyina ede keka bomma rating agencies no say ye Fitch o ye S&P o ye Moody's o eno ma omo ehwe no na ohwe said ye inflation abanya ye ntotoye in fact all time high the best in the last 3 years from over 24% to 18% na chese eno ma ekoyie petrol 1 gallon from 70 cedis to 50 cedis, dollar from 17 cedis to around 10-11 cedis. Na chese direction aye kono enoma ekoyi na ekoyi a na enye autopilot no man da ena noma ekoyi eye Yewura John Dramani Mahama ye head coach wa filled the players were very very suitable positions. Sami Jenfi the gold board ama gold nkwano first quarter besi every January to ye cross over $4 billion abo mainum cocoa sector 3 times more than the 2024 yenya around this time yenya around 500 million to say ye kwa 1.8 billion sikasem no toto ye men kase we are out of the woods still ye were jumaye namom I'm very excited say duty bearers especially omo hwe ye sikasem and sikasem no fa pem kese gina finance ministry ye economy no so fa pem gold play critical role cocoa and for that matter agriculture, and these sectors are all in safe pair of hands or more ye juma say nyuma pa or more ye nyina na akeka boom ama Fitch my rating confidence abe economy no the mesra say there should not be complacency my enfan say we should work hard say you betumi stabilize it and normal. For me personally, Ken, ubusami about something like dollar. Tiba for my a year, but me personal experience pa de stabilizer. Say ababe jina ibi a 10 krana ababe ka 11 12 ne tumi jina hwa cha eboa kama tisanhye hye aban de agu akwan mu under a finance minister. Actually, no. I think that we are good to go. We need to continue along that path. Now, again, sir, SS Yenyano, Yetumi Enya. Nano party chairman, me papa, as you don't get ya, Ekayana, ye bestre. Say, the SS ye ye, say expenditures, no. Say, unions no asha ase bia nurses and midwifery for hete na ya solve the next year is a close up for so ye ne ade ntie besre se adwumayeni bia sefata na katua sefata no but ninyina should be within the context of the war consolidated fund so the be ya be stabilize economy no say economy no stabilize food prices eba from inflation eba from ken ye ka value for a year money enye sika no kese ye kura wo ye van say ne so top petrol 1 gallon 70 cedis na ye ma 5000 na so you suka da bia beto 70 cedis na petrol ba 50 cedis na bia kura 4000 kura be hu se bia 4000 no betumi aye no ma bebre a chain de 5000 no ebeye. So first and foremost se fundamentals no eye kama. That is why I go America, the advanced countries nipa ho nchire no because Ghana one way you be spend over 30-40% of your income on food alone, but go America be less than 5-10% and or spend it on food, so or a lot of money to do other things, and that is where we want to go. And under President Mahama, under finance minister and ministers, I think that we started very well. The first 6 months is good, but we can still improve. Now, meaning say by 4 years time, now and normal after 2 years. And good news for everybody. And your best say your ratings no pajano, your banks, your man reflected. So mine will be 2 points. That is an area, and I me tomato farmers. In fact, they be kind of story because I loan for tomatoes. Fetenta, look at Fetenta, look at Gine, look at Coraso.
It is a factory.
Exactly. I mean, a year cook a crab or more revampoa next month. Going to full operation. And the feedstock a work within Bono Enclave. In fact, we go even as far as Western North to bring tomatoes to feed the factory. Now, Kuyani a year tomato. At the feed factory. Na bank interest rate and then 30%. That means you could get 10,000 which are about 13,000 within 1 year. It's on the higher side. Ain't you basa? Kuyani no baby no. None in fast winning I could di a year bank for chain. Ratings a per bank for no so gradually a bed drop interest rate, I understand say it's going down, but still there is much more to be done for your farmers, especially under the Feed Ghana a year program a buying the abano. The game changer in the Feed Ghana with a good board, because Ken, as we speak, every year you spend $400 million to import rice. 400 million to import chicken, 400 million to import tomatoes from Burkina Faso. In fact, on the average, we spend over $2 billion. I'm not talking about cities importing food. Abra ye fertile lands. In Ghana say, your chicken ye diwa Ghana na ye import no. Shockingly, do you know say only 5% na you produce your Ghana. 95% ye imported. Africa hands the come more in Cocopa Ghana. Go per capita consumption. Uko Nigeria 3 kilos per person per year on the average. Oba Ghana 14 kilos per person. Capita consumption of chicken, poultry products. Yes, you want as you will be Oba Bononkwa. Poultry farms say yes, we can feed the whole Ghana. Feed Ghana no, that's the game changer. But here investment from a buying na ankure na banks and also be mass special rate to your farmers. Yet me boost to na tomato ye fertile lands in Burkina Faso. Climatic conditions for tomato are better here than Burkina Faso. Na ye take $400 million a year the import. So abra ye mum ye betumi produce I export rice. We can produce and export with right incentives near there. That is why I'm very excited about the energy, enthusiasm, passion Erikopuku they drive the Feed Ghana project. Say prisoners my complaints are the way over the years. Say a sentencing nipa in hard labor. Uko prison the money and umudi masa areho. Abra ibetumi aye farms. Say prison service has 100-acre farms with the support of the ministry and the Feed Ghana. We are be free who bane ade or mo be feed prisoners no. Baby o mo be yan mwane ade mponchi nwan na ntwie na sebi obi da prisoner o ye Ghana ni ye woni pa bebre nsu kura wo ho a o mo akɔwie prisoner o mu nifo. Yes, obi nso be ko na wa reform ya ba na wa ba be bo my Ghana. So we should treat them as humans. Na say yetumi boa na omombre omode ye boa ye mfuo ni ade a ebetumi aboa omo angasa pomden obi o wa ya confine no ohye room ketekete but ye ma kwan ma pie mo kofa where you eat well ni nyina abeboa amoman no etumi etumpon. So these interventions and aggregate ama ye hunu the ye hunu of fish rating na air cost no. And I'm very convinced that the next rating ebeba no yebesen ye push aba B+. That ye koye ni mano no.
Maminda Honorable Dixon Tredia as Papa Padodona friends to God. Onona yeti no suno submission on Fitch ratings. Mamen ko nua kede boate on kede yentio.
Me am da se. You better Honorable Lato Forcing. By extension so you that Honorable Lotte hey ne members of parliament nya. Baby ya bedu nya baby by chance can you bedu ye. It has taken systematic work. We have make a create mu ya your former finance minister. Ni MPP for cry kobo na chisi unti form. Cause some he said ye o mine net no gu o mine no. Wenti President Akufo Edward Ntie. About matters of economics. So we are na witchcraft. We are dinsini bi anama lambi na ukwaku. Uni obi a o mine den akoma so a. Enya de a de ye kan you betimi aye. Ye wo memu unemployment rate last year na ya.
Number 24%, 14% na there.
Chese nkrofo munye adwumati fie no. Eye millions and millions of people. But your finance minister the 54 million. Eko tu am na kese 58 eko tu am na kese swimming pool ebegu ho senko bie na Ghana nyifo nyia nka every Sunday ye pon asori na nke ko swimi wo mu a ke enya ebehu senka ye nya so mfaso ena mana na da so da ho sikei ahye minim se if there is a way you bet me the financial causing financial loss to the state abone there. Yet your memu ha me ye former finance minister. In kukon kitinkiti project wo ho wankoye. Yet ye kro me ye see the 5%. Pe ne ye timi produce nkoko Ghana ana honorable. Ema 95% chese nkoko no woko China. Ye create adwuma ma Chinese for nkwala e di 18 years. Ema ye nuanu mo emmemu ewo school ewie adwuma ewie school mu nya adwuma nye. And will be a university. Oko traffic light more cantamantoa or ton dog chain. As your name will need to. And you say, Ghanaians are not lazy people. We are hard working. I'm more burning one PP. And the dear baby, I do. Now say I see $1. Maybe a free. Amembua, yendu baby are you. But oh magic ye performing. Cause you am $1 ya he. Them say be 10 more. Dollar number form. Obia watom. Transport for Missy me call kede last week any transport owners ni yen kasaye. Petrol ya tetisu, omontisu. Empire ye boy ne say nyame mfa ne ho ngimu. Iran ni sankrofo no Israel ekono Emma petrol bo ne nkoso cause me hu se baby a yadu petrol no so yesan beti so be 5 cities aka hu biom na Ghana for hu atom se anya no ne ba beba mu dia rating na ya bedu ni ya bibia a steady trust ewo de ato force ne nkrofo ye na baby a ya bedu na I believe say ye koso yesa na ebeba fom but ohwe niema ye last year ema ye finance minister etimide 13.1 yakobo obusian wo eurobond no ma ye haircut na nka me last year nka be twa me sakora cause ye finance minister so mo obi a haircut financially buo man say ne pasa minim za wo obi odoko no otie mi a ye minister baako ano wo sanitation ekokut sika 42.2 million so be jeni nsuo na mamo minim se ne ya jeni amamo de a cause media me kai se de na ye kan e di be 1 week no e di 1 week we ya na nsuo to ye e ma yi nkrofo na be hu nkrofo mo di 2 years 3 years no mo do mo mpaso e ma nsuo yi ma mo guso ni atwe sika nya media menka sika na egu zili adapa dem no but media suspicion no ho anya no mecheche mu cause egu se no ani house girl sika yesi efe ko yi gata mu no ye bi na ne house girl ekuku sika yi de kotoka ma ono ane ko che ne house girl no onya me kede bu atia me tie na me ko che ne house girl no se ne house girl we no millions of Ghana cedi atuto dan wo se we mu nya landlord for nefre eno sisili adapa ba na beto dan wo yarefa na sa sika yenye Ghana sika na won sika na sa sika yi se Ghana no ya mbubu o man na sa ngofo yi me se Ghana fo ba mu tu yi ya na ya to ma ya hu enye si ya to ma NDC na hu ya kaya yoni eton tomatoes wo krom ni abadwu ya badwu je tresika na emefo chesiu egosi sen egosi se Cecilia da pa ni house girl landlord for complaining wo hose odisikani nya beto dan Cecilia da pa na utiemia ono kra oto ma NDC cause ohwe se dia manbo na sai se de onu awo diga na sika ochina mo amu sa nsuo na no nya no media ka me papa mo amu frɛ me mo number mo frɛ studio na mo nje nya no ya di kanten besi eti so ne akono ho sika ne dia ka no vengu kanten nim ne evenko ministry of finance ne evenko minister no because we be o man na du no yesi ye reset di wa jiga na sika bia fa bra kakra na girl ni we e call ye no kakra na aka adaka nim no adaka ne yesi na se me hwe video na e correct dia na dollars wom iwe no so na dollars ninze iwe no ntimi di ni nya obi abewa kakra de be ko kuro ma ko didi kakra beka tiri wo na ka ye no yesrew hwemanim ubakuma famame ochamanim ngofo na beba mi ye di adaka aba to ku kante ni ma ye ni afanko mi ko mi ntimi be keska ne dorso sesika mi ko mi kuta nyeye ti mesrew me ma mi Cecilia be bia dollar edu you degree nyeye biom eso ati se hu ti yesrew omana be bia ye du no ho reset no se utifie na wo no sika nya ye 10 Ghana cedi na wo se wo de ubedi wanum no atua nkofo 12 Ghana cedi a omani na wugu no sanya ma ya ye nya anya se ndisi aye magic bi corruption ne ya tete so yes ye reset your mind de a ye ma Miss Cecilia yesrew mo ye tia Wednesday sa the 58 million ye Wednesday cathedral zikai kakra wo ho eno so matese ese bi wo mesria mu 58 ni small di na ka 20 a sa 20 no chere ye ba Ghana must go ni ya de ba yesria mu fa kakra ngu mayai na eno so no de venko finance ye di ko trade ye di ko fanko ko abegu krom han ye de aye ngoko nketengete ye besi du ba bi a Ghana for ye ho beto ye eno ane ye ka se wo hwe me na ye Ghana ni a na oni ba bi me cho ba bi a ye behia ye de kantan na ekoho yama Miss Cecilia ha mo ye hairdressers nya mo behia me meche mu location no mo ba boto na mo digiska no ye behia ye ko ma Cecilia ho ye de zeske ni biaka euro ni de wu ni euro wu de ne dollar ni Ghana cedi iwo na aka no fama yen ne efenko na o man ye be ye ne ye baby a feche ka no so ho sesi a ye down ye upgrade ye bedu bi ye economy ne ye sustainable meaning say afi we etimi bobosia be ye nko ye na bi before the abi and before no moko market no so moko bobosia ne ye ka say 5 million a can for what to do we can 5 and you say 5 na dey oba bebo but ye sika ne 50 de munjai mo mo 13 billion eurobond ye dey ko ni uhu akokra ni hu so okuta ni dia ese yes 5 million na ba beje na ka 13 odi dia ne kura ko boboni no eje 13 ye ba ngana yes ye dia nya ne sa ye kona ye wana ye finance minister ko nkute dua bi ordinance ne kidney nyare oyo be ma ne hu gina no so obeye adwuma masidi na ba fom ama menewo ye ho atoye mo muto ndi ma wokum ye be masidi na stabilize niema na ye kra ne ye bejai nkukon ketenkete ba hwe wo cage mama kan ye president kan na mbi before sre ene nkukon ketenkete hwe ene ye ka cheo bo cage betimi afa nkukon 10 ye reset your mind no ye papa John Dramani Mahama say o mind ba be ye ye ngoto nkukon na China for no more the health implications ba yeso and no be frame na ni liver no be frame na wanya jaundice ya frame bibi em say thyroid so den me na ye say eba ha no goita na over medical implications and nam ho wanya ya niam bi before the buy say sika no mo koje ye mo ma ya anya nkoko nketenkete no nja na otivie no wanya goita but finance minister bia so no de onya ye no ode ne de kwa abochi wudu anya bi utegana na ha me mane maga na bio mo nganche no ontina ho a na bodi dia koso wo de onwen ho ani si de ye dwen ho ye vesike bia we atofo wasin uka so nko jogging crop beko o me yare ne e me yare ochina ye wa we shemu abranti ni mu nti Ghana ye de yese fit rating na aba no e ba be ba from sense a ye nko fa ma mi bia ni week mu aye de say Nigeria for de ni bi no okoje nkofo sika so go tuzuo we oda kogu ni dem ema every say ne house girl akowia na landlord for frey landlord association for house girls omu yesika na twem ministers na aba no omu nya ye sonkon ti mesramu so ye enu nti na okoye landlord dey ajai kozo bia house girl bia ni wo be be yesika dia bro o mine ba be yeyi o ton tomatoes a ye be she odwa adwumaru aba enu ayefo nso fa nipa krabuchie o mine ba be ye krabehwe anda ye papa John Dramani Mahama ye nya ye ho ba beto ye feature ne just the tip of the iceberg and then your rate inflation no do 18 na nya ndui and then 18%
inflation
18% and then ye nya ho ba beto ye eno kire se ye sika no mu nye hata biu said ye papa akufu ado ko gina sika no mu ye hata no ene ye hu so de nsa to eje bribe. My God, goodness.
Medase etikene buatena yetene nkano na me call se past specialist herbal hospital as a men can show say hepatitis A, B, C and D me pacho e ha obo metumi abo fatty liver sciatica prostate and sana wonsana 9 ebu pain me pacho also yim kro compo and as a fibroid ne ha what they call a power specialist herbal hospital metumi abo ye pa Kumasi branch no fe Yasi Lake Bosomtwi Road opposite Jesbro filling station Sasona Crab branch no kwa benya eyipukwasi ACP Road obi hu omo takrade branch no Anaji Estate adjacent Anaji MA Primary School eya frefra Dr. Odano was 0244544422 and 0200383831 na wonim penifo ndin komo Safari Valley Eco Resource men control say or a 4-star forest a lodge resort Ghana had necessary be in West Africa udru a weni beji ye papa omo zebras a antelope mboa bebre nankasa giraffe ne mboa bebre na obehu ho me pacho omo accommodation ho rooms a papa awodema wono wadofo ko ho awoda wonstro obenya private swimming pool ahoro say air continental na local dishes obenya biedi me pacho waterfalls wo ho canal bia nso nemu ho tumitina ho utumitina kanu nso no namso enije pa uduru ha ese weni ensa de catcho your friend Safari Valley Eco Resort eno na make am for amo wo mo twa kwan Konkai Wahinfa Omo Dewu Okre District Hono Behuomo for reservation for 0596914394 no impending for ending komo lift kit capsules in the middle so lift kit capsules see me pacho unye bia ebetumi abo papa and say nipa metabolism no etumi hanse kama digestion and sana niam bia mboa wo nipa dwe ne yini na afi ho support wo liver no me function ye ehia pa sabo no function ye kama pa inti wo pe lift kit capsules ya nya na wo pharmacy ne herbal shops ato apete organ ha nyina from abrenye doctor kasa ana kwantra for the dribo ade ndin komo 024406 8447 024406 8447 no nimpedifo nkasa na bibia entumi nkonkan baby adri aksemano time no kopa so yenhwe owura Kano Foriata abra ne yere ede abetudwa efa na nukunu ne yare baby ekotu yete so koye surgery efa no prostate cancer bi ho ne yene de atudwa but asema ye bisa ne say why say medical report mbana ne yere mum na ebeka say nukunu ma ko say jo koye aye successful na meka ho yentie sa asem no bre ba ya asema kakra aka no yemfendi sa ankomo na yensorso
is a real trooper and has and is just sort of going through the steps of recovery which the doctors expected, and so we're very pleased that this is happening, that he's going through well. We know that he has quite a bit of pain. We know that he has to walk gingerly, as it were, and we know that we have to make sure that his wounds don't get infected. So those are just sort of the things that one has to go through when one has surgery. I think that they're expecting that, he'll be much improved after a while. When the wounds heal, then there will be a period of about 3 months when there's observation going to happen, and hopefully after 3 months the recovery will be complete. The very first time we gave the OSP, we had first told the OSP that we would be we were in the US, we were doing investigations, and therefore we would not be available on
Enti Professor Angela Foriata na yete nenkano former finance minister Kano Foriata na Irena Edin Komono enti so abane se court dismiss Kano Foriata na request to stop OSP from re-declaring him wanted. Ya slapping with 5,000 Ghana cedis cost so no so EBPM enti honorable mbreno kwaye papa
me fan just a minute na ma touch on important issue another minute actually I feel very uncomfortable say you discuss openly like this but the question is who caused some
okay
me feel say papa no lawyers then the bushing for are not helping the matters
okay
because bibi to say surgery papaya we are successfully there me expect and I feel say was a family no yen say after the surgery you write to the OSP with maybe medical documents a support. What is the essence of the press release to the media? Because once you issue press release it will definitely be discussed. And I don't know their strategy, their approach are not helping matters.
Okay.
The other time, now family issue. I mean, this communication, can you believe the time release by a successful surgeon, OSP came out and said they've not communicated to me. And OSP ain't taking information from the media. It might be in the media space, but for them, once you've not officially written to them, engage them, Edimesre.
Okay.
Say the public court of opinion surrounding these issues, the lawyers, the family, they should really look at their strategy. But the fact of the matter, they say, as public official, why ye adwuma atwam no, or mine here say busa wa sema. There was a Obana be in Semano. Enti public way and woman will not change anything. I know definitely he has questions to answer. And let us be clear here. Who are questions to answer and then on chase will default. Enti me who a womb. Enti let us take it that way. And finally, 30 seconds. Adia air trendy abra. Ye share veterans or parliament. Dano Joda Ebay. People are saying say President Mahama is packing the court. But I think say after the vetting, that will be put to rest. Because we hear the caliber of judges President Mahama nominate you mona. One thing is clear, say judicial system no tension and a woman because under the previous regime, akoye koko football bona ye trafa judges or mumbom I qualify because there were judges. Me share Janapari CV. I was shocked. Over 30 years, my menokra obi and Janapari started as a circuit court, district court, circuit court, magistrate judge, high court, and appeals court for 6 years. Justice Dennis Dominica J. 2010 Enoko appeals court 15 years. Watana appeals court 15 years. Or no ye Africa court or ye judge for Africa court too. International Criminal Court 9-member committee or more advice International Criminal Court or one of the 9. 3 masters, masters in judicial system, masters in laws, executive master. And that say any panel ye trafan who be cry a lawyer. On tina be a fan straight to Supreme Court, but on what Supreme Appeals Court for 15 years. Jamafe has been in Appeals Court since 2010, 2014, or World Cup Commission of Inquiry. I mean, so nipa way mono ye try for more anti-tension more system no agitation so is only doing the right thing to promote nipa more experience or more boa a judicial system no and yet packing of the court said under the previous regime na ye koko football boy ye pejebimo edi omuko Supreme Court no.
Okay, yambre na yambre mamenda honorable Dixon Tredua as papa a member of parliament in Mabrekum West Saso na ya ye nua Kweku Boateng do na friend Kede Boateng okay, yes Kede 1 minute Kede kakre bi ka ho na Kede yentem Oforiata
dey say me free Eastern region dey oyemi offer
you ko wen
dey offer say utie mi amesrew ochina bra sika no so ndi sika bia bra na be ka che Ghana for
okay
katida ne ho na twen ho ena obukra na o bank na dey obukra na no aboyeka finance was aboyeka bebre ujai busi ebo hu say afi wei dollar na ba form ba no be cheche Ghana for mu we anya oye na so beba na professor from kwa dey say nkeje we omadwumani we empa university bi no nko ne nkola ne nkokasa na nka so gina OSB o na cheche mu fa na Ghana for nti ase
okay meda say enti Kweku Boateng Kede Boateng deputy Eastern regional secretary de ma NDC amayeko me am di dwedi ho cham ye from me Nicholas ya was yours Robert me from K Nicholas Menda production team Mr Kelvin Asante any TV crew ni na Menda mu na say nyame amba debi essential. Have a wonderful evening. Bye bye.